open is just over 30 seconds, if I remember correctly.
The excitement of West Virginia high school football featuring the Martinsburg Bulldogs is right around the corner.
Makes the grab at the 25, stays inbounds to the 20, 10, 5, and into the end zone for the Martinsburg Bulldog touchdown. Excellent throw and catch for the Bulldog score.
Yeah, there's just blown coverage there because Clement was wide open down the sideline.
The 2-0 Martinsburg Bulldogs take on the 0-2 Sharanda Warriors Friday at 7 p.m. with pregame at 6 p.m. following the sports mix at 5 p.m. right here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk. See dealer for details.
It's time for the excitement of West Virginia high school volleyball featuring the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference. Tonight's coverage is brought to you by WVU Medicine East, Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Center, Hagerstown Ford, Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, Parsons Ford, Panhandle Dumpsters, and Smallwood and Small Insurance. Now let's send it out to the broadcast booth and join our TV10 broadcast team for tonight's coverage. Welcome into the Cardinal Coliseum. We're here at Spring Mills High School. Good evening, everyone. Colin McLaughlin here alongside me, back at it for another season of Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference Volleyball is Jim Klein. Our cameraman for this evening is none other than Nick Verzolini and Mr. John Alderton as well. It's the Hedgesville Eagles taking on the Spring Mills Cardinals. Let me introduce my broadcast partner back at it again for another fun season. How you doing, Jim?
Man, I'm doing great. Good to be here tonight at Spring Mills. Looking forward to seeing some good ball control here to start this very young season. Have a little bit of fun along the way. What do you say, sports doctor there? Colin McLaughlin. I'm glad to be here with you, buddy.
Yeah, I'm all for it. We're going to start out with some junior varsity action tonight for both the Hedgesville Eagles and the Spring Mills Cardinals. That is Spring Mills, if you're watching here on TV10 and our YouTube page as well, in white warming up to the left side of the screen, and it is the Hedgesville Eagles on the right side of the screen there in all black. So we'll do the best we can to identify the players as the numbers are black as well with a very tiny gold outline. So apologize if we get some names incorrect at first, but we will do our best. Just going to have some fun, and hopefully that's what they get to do tonight as well. It's early in the season, though, and we're already in for an Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference matchup. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. It's good to see the JV kids play. Nice to see everybody out in the court. Thankfully, there's no delays, and we're not talking about pandemics and all that kind of stuff right now. Just enjoying, seeing these kids work out, have a little bit of fun, and shows what they got. I mean, this is their chance to learn and grow, and very excited to see the way that they perform.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a fun one, as now Hedgesville solely on the court warming up. It looks like the varsity players are helping them out as well. And really, just with the JV action, you want to see the basics down, and little mistakes can go a long way, and you have to limit those if you want to find success and eventually work your way up to that varsity roster. I know, being a former head coach like yourself there, Jim, was probably the same thing at Smithsburg for you guys.
Yeah, I was real lucky. First off, I only worked with 2 JV coaches in 9 years. I had one coach for 7 years, another coach for 2, but they both preached fundamentals the whole way. It wasn't about winning or losing the JV level. It was about executing the offense. Put the serve in play. Make the defense transition from defense to offense while we set our defense up, made a good pass, and then had a chance to execute our offense. And that's what we really want to see here. We want to see, in traditional forms, a bump, set, spike. We want to see some type of attack. On defense, we want to see good defensive bases. But then when the ball passes the first layer of defense, we want to see the way that they transition, that they move off the net, the way that they move from defense into offense, and again, the series continues.
Yeah, watching right now the JV warm-ups, the thing that I'm mostly seeing here with these spikes and kills is inaccuracy and them going a little bit deeper than that out-of-bounds line, so it'll be interesting to see if they can fix that, since it's obviously warm-ups, and it will be a effective shot, hopefully, tonight for Hedgesville if they want to come away with a JV victory. Let's now look here at some other Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference matchups going on tonight over in Jefferson County. We have the Martinsburg Bulldogs at the Jefferson Cougars, as well as the defending state champion Musselman Appleman taking on the Washington Patriots. So it should be hopefully fun one over there in Jefferson County as well. Obviously right here we have a crosstown rivalry. Some people that probably played with each other growing up until some of the girls back in 2013, their families had to change over to Spring Mills High School and Spring Mills Middle School. So these teams most likely familiar with each other. It should be fun. Let's take our first 2-minute break, and we'll be right back and go into a little bit of details about both teams and their players as well. Again, a 2-minute break back at the studio. This is high school girls volleyball on TV 10 and YouTube.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case, and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve. That's what we mean by treating you like family.
Ollie's VIP Northside is the best local spot to catch all of your favorite high school, college, and pro sports, or to hang out with friends. Ollie's has a great beer and cocktail menu, along with a food menu that will blow you away. Ollie's offers multiple TVs to watch the game of your choice from anywhere at the bar, or their outdoor patio with cornhole and fire pit. So stop by and see for yourself today at 36 Veronica Drive in Martinsburg. That's Ollie's VIP Northside. We'll see you for the game.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs? Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com. NMLS number 237527, equal housing lender.
This evening is John Alderton as well as Nick Verzolini. We're about 6 minutes and 10 seconds away from the start of the JV action between the Hedgesville Lady Eagles and the Spring Mills Lady Cardinals. Let's now go into some notes. I'll start off with the home team Spring Mills Cardinals, who I have coming into today 0-1 and 0-1 in section play as well. They finished last season with a 16-5 record. and they ended the season last year with a 3-0 sweep against Hedgesville in the playoffs on November 8th, so they're looking for some revenge tonight. They lost their season opener September 2nd at Musselman by a 3-0 sweep as well. Their next game is Thursday against Washington. Let's look at the previous matchups as well between these two schools. Hedgesville actually leads the all-time series 14-4. However, lately Spring Mills has had the number, especially in the regular season. September 8th, 2020, Spring Mills won 3-0. October 6th of 2020, Spring Mills won 3-2. And then, as I said, November 8th of 2020, Hedgesville won 3-0. Jim, how about you look at the Hedgesville notes for us, as well as some stuff that you learned about Skyler Yates, the Gatorade Athlete Player of the Year.
Yeah, you got it. Thanks, Colin. Hedgesville right now 1-1. Finished last season with a record of 21-9. They won their first match at the state tournament against Woodrow Wilson 3-0. Lost in the semifinals at states to George Washington 3-2. So we just missed a shot at having an all-EPAC state final there against Musselman. They did lose. Hedgesville did lose the season opener August 25th at Millbrook. Won their second match versus Sharonda 3-1. And their next game is Thursday versus the East Hardy Jefferson South Hagerstown in that tournament. You know, I had a great opportunity to speak with Skyler Yates before the start here of the JV match. She was the Journal's Female Field Athlete of the Year, the Gatorade Volleyball Player of the Year for West Virginia, pole vault state champion last year with a jump of 10 feet, 1 inch school record. And, you know, I coached at Smithsburg High School. We won 3 state titles. One of the titles that Hedgesville won is actually during the time frame that I was at Smithsburg. It was you know, amazing for me to hear from Coach Susan Davis. She contacted me and said, you know, when we were talking about players to watch, obviously, Hannah Howard at Musselman, she's a star athlete. Coach Davis said, Jim, you guys need to keep an eye out on Skyler Yates. So when I had a chance to talk to Skyler, I said, Skyler, what do you think about this? The voice from the past, Coach Davis comes in and says, you're a player we need to keep our eyes on. You know, Skyler was very humble. She didn't have much to say about that. I asked about expectations, not only for herself individually, but for her team. For herself, she said, not really. I don't have many expectations. But for the team, we want to win a lot of games. And I tell you what, hats off. Gives me goosebumps, baby. Gives me goosebumps because this kid has all the accolades in the world. She's focused on team first, and that's what it's going to take for Hedgesville to win this match tonight, a full team effort.
Yeah, it'll be a fun one there in the varsity action. We have 3 minutes to go up until JV, so let's take another 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll go over both teams' full rosters, and then hopefully it'll be time to get started again back at the studio. A 2-minute break. This is high school volleyball on Talk Radio WRNR at TV 10, as well as our TV 10 YouTube.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
The excitement of West Virginia high school football featuring the Martinsburg Bulldogs is right around the corner.
Makes the grab at the 25, stays in bounds to the 20, 10, 5, and into the end zone for the Martinsburg Bulldog touchdown. Excellent throw and catch for the Bulldog score.
Yeah, there's just blown coverage there because Clement was wide open down the sideline.
The 2-0 Martinsburg Bulldogs take on the 0-2 Sharanda Warriors Friday at 7 p.m. with pregame at 6 p.m. following the sports mix at 5 p.m. right here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
A reputation for caring, a legacy of service. At Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, it's been our story since 1880. A family-owned business, we support the needs and wishes of families. We offer traditional services, as well as many options for cremation, customized remembrances, and pre-planning. Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations retains its family atmosphere and stays true to its roots. Contact us for advanced planning, or at your time of loss. We're here when you need us.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Welcome back here to the Cardinal Coliseum. We're just about time for the JV action between the Hedgesville Eagles and the Spring Mills Cardinals. Let's look at the roster for the visiting Hedgesville Eagles JV team. You have number 6, Kylie Hahn, number 2, Lakin Copenhaver, number 7, Brenna Hamlin, number 8, Kaylee Shropshire, number 12, Chloe Hudson, number 11, Evelyn Jennings, number 5, Emily Montgomery, number 9, Kylie Ann East, number 13, Addison Skies, number 1, Jaden Macher, and number 10, Olivia Lamb. As for Spring Mills, you have number 1, Jaden Junkin, number 3, Maddie McDaniel, number 4, Emma Jones, number 5, Jocelyn Anders, number 8, Ava Campbell, number 9, Kalaya Campbell, number 11, Peyton Dugan, number 13, Bella Abshire, number 14, Jocelyn Dupuy, number 15, Izzy Dozier, and number 18, Georgia Piltong. Their manager is Noelle Brady. So we wait now for both teams to line up on the court and the referees to come out. We'll see if we have a national anthem for the JV or if we're just going to get started for action. It looks like that's what we're going to do as well as both teams go into their huddles. Jim, what are you hoping to see here right before we get started? Any final thoughts?
Well, I want to see good serves. I'd like to see real nice passing and see both teams have a chance to set up their offense. And then we'll go from there. Let's keep the expectations, enjoy themselves, work on the fundamentals. That's what I'm hoping to see this evening.
It'll be Spring Mills in the white jerseys with red numbers and 2 red lines on the sides and the blue shorts. As for Hedgesville, they are in the all-black uniforms. Might either be they're dark blue. I'm not 100% sure. But those numbers will be hard to see tonight as it's a black on black with only a gold outline. So we'll do the best we can to identify them as best as possible. Also here, noticing a difference from last year, Jim, if you look at the court before I say it, I'll let you take it all in and see if you notice it before we get started. Unless I'm completely wrong, but I think they changed something.
I don't know, man. You tell me what I miss.
I'm pretty sure they did not have that dark wood on the logo with the state of West Virginia in the background of the Spring Mills logo.
Man,
if I
like
remember correctly. Yeah, it's a beautiful court now here inside the Cardinal Coliseum. I have to go back and look at our old broadcast, but if I remember correctly, I don't think they had the state of West Virginia there in the dark wood at midcourt. So it looks like we're getting ready to get started here inside of the Cardinal Coliseum. It'll be the Hedgesville Eagles serving first. Let's see who that is serving for them. That is Hamlin with the long serve over to the libero, McDaniel. She's going to bump it over, and it's going to go out of bounds, so the starting point goes to Hedgesville. Good quick start for the Eagles as they get ready for the second serve to Spring Mills. Hamlin hits it over the net. That's going right back at McDaniel. Daniel sends a free ball over. Hedgesville recovers here with the outside hitter getting it. Shropshire picks up the second point. Hedgesville lead, or excuse me, it went out. Spring Mills ties it up 1 apiece. No, the scoreboard had it wrong. I had it correct at first. I should always trust my instincts, Jim.
Yes, indeed. Hedgesville serve first.
Yeah, 2-0 is the score. Hedgesville still leads. Hamlin sends the ball right at McDaniel.
Tight.
Getting it to Abshire. Sends it back to Hedgesville side. Daniel bumps it up. Third hit over by Dugan. And that's going to hit, and Hedgesville messes up. 2-1 now. Spring Mills gets its first point of
Yeah, that's what we talk about transition. The defense is at the net. You either block or you have to get off the net. The ball hits the tape, falls right over. Transition mistake.
Spring Mills serves. Abshire with it. Comes right back over by Hedgesville. Abshire sets it up for Dugan. She's going to try to hit it over. It goes off the net and hits the court. So Hedgesville now leads 3-1 here in set number 1. I don't know about you right now, Jim. I'm starting to get hungry as well. I smell a very strong odor of some awesome popcorn here in the Cardinal Coliseum.
The concession stand must be open.
I think I saw it out there and might have to get something in between games. Is this serve?
Great serve.
Going to be an ace. Beautiful one there. I believe that was Evelyn Jennings with the serve. So it's now 4-1 Hedgesville over Spring Mills. Jennings serving it to Spring Mills now at the back line. Junkin with the hit. That's going to be a free deep ball. Setting it back up is Jennings. Another free ball hit by Hedgesville. Here comes the kill. And instead, just tipping it back over in play still. Hedgesville gets blocked by Spring Mills, and it's going to hit the net twice and fall back on the court. So a 5th point for the Hedgesville Eagles here in set 1. They lead by 4 over Spring Mills. So we said at the start, you have to limit the little errors to stay in this, and right now that is what Spring Mills is failing to do. And just as I say that, a long serve there by Jennings for Hedgesville. Spring Mills now only trails 5-2.
Yeah, I would really be emphasizing calling for the ball, lots of communication, and we like to use single syllable words, mine, out, and everything should have ownership.
As this serve by Spring Mills goes out as well. That one by Ava Campbell, so the score 6-2 Hedgesville. On to serve now for the Eagles. I believe that is Addison Skies with it. A ball by Junkin over to the Hedgesville side now. Back line sends it back over to the Spring Mill side. Getting a good volley now. Let's see if both teams can keep it up.
Nice set in.
Beautiful there by number 12, Chloe Hudson, to make it 7-2. Hedgesville leads.
Yeah, it started with a good my call. It was my ball. She called mine. Great pass, perfect set, and good execution with the attack. She found a spot there in the defense for the point and the kill.
Addison Skies back to serve now. She gets a really deep start here for the serve. That one going to the back line and gets hit right back over by Campbell.
Great swing.
Swing there by Shropshire. Hits the net, goes back to Spring Mills, back to Hedgesville now.
Another good
with
swing.
Another one. This time, Spring Mills able to defend it well a second time. Thought I heard a whistle there, and we did. It looked like it might have been a 2-hit there by Spring Mills. I didn't see exactly who it was on, but we're going to get a timeout called by the Cardinals. Let's take it with them. A 1-minute timeout. Hedgesville leads Spring Mills 8-2. This is high school volleyball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 as well as YouTube.
WVU Medicine introduces a new minimally invasive hysterectomy surgery to our area. V-Notes is an advanced gynecologic technique that provides many benefits to patients, such as shorter hospital stays, less post-operative pain, faster recoveries, and no visible scars. Dr. Aaron Miller and Dr. Lori Tucker with WVU Medicine OBGYN in Martinsburg are the only OBGYNs in the Baltimore, Washington metropolitan area currently offering this cutting-edge procedure. WVU Medicine, the future of surgery is here.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Back here at the Cardinal Coliseum, the score is 8-2. Hedgesville leads Spring Mills in set 1 of JV action. It's Hedgesville serving to Spring Mills. That one was served by Addison Skies. Shropshire with it.
Great swing.
Sending it back over is Jaden Junkin. Tried to get the deep ball. Just went out, so the score now 9-2. Hedgesville leads on the road.
Yeah, two things I like Hedgesville. First off, she put the ball in play after the timeout. Second, if you watch them on defense, they chase the ball to the line. You know it's out. If you put your foot on the line, that's when you know it's not going to be playable.
Another beautiful serve here by Addison Skies for the Eagles. It's going to be a free ball, and that one was going out, but Hedgesville decided to play it as well, and that goes in the middle. And nice heads-up play there by Hedgesville. They now lead 10-2 over Spring Mills.
Yep, she dumped it. She found the soft spot on the defense, playing it in two.
So far, Hedgesville just seems to be very fundamentally sound, and their serves are staying in play. Both teams, I believe, have only had one serve error. So this one to the back line of Spring Mills. Having to save it, try to get it over, and that one's not going to make the net. 11-2 now, Hedgesville leads Spring Mills. Slow start, but it's only set number 1 for JV action. So right now, down 9, Spring Mills just needs to get a rhythm going. So Addison Skies serves that one, and it goes out. Let's see if Spring Mills can start capitalizing, get a series of their own to chip away into this 8-point lead by Hedgesville. Score is 11-3. Serving now for the Cardinals is Peyton Dugan. Dugan waits here. It looks like one of the officials talking with the scores table. And we should be good to go now. Served by Dugan.
It's in.
And that's going to be in.
That's an ace.
Team players there, I believe it was number 11, Evelyn Jennings, and number 7, Brenna Hamlin. There's some miscommunication to get the ace.
Yeah, we called that the husband and wife. Lack of communication.
11-4 is the score now. Hedgesville still leads Spring Mills. Served by the Cardinals, Peyton Dugan, and that hits the net. Goes right back, so it's now 12-4. Hedgesville leads, and they get the serve. Substitute coming in for Hedgesville is Jaden Matcher. Comes in for Brenna Hamlin on that front line. This one just hits the pole on the near side of the net and stays on Spring Mills' side. So now the score is 13-4. Hedgesville leads. Next serving for Hedgesville is Kaylee Shropshire. And more miscommunication by Spring Mills. McDaniel was going to hit it. She thought she was caught off, so she backs away, and the ball landed right in front of her.
Yeah, setter's got to take control there. The setter has the second ball.
This one hit at McDaniel. She had to drop to the knee, tried to recover, but the ball stayed too low.
And there's the final timeout.
We get the final timeout here called by Spring Mills. Let's take it with them. A 1-minute break. The score is 15-4. Hedgesville leads. This is high school volleyball on Comcast Channel 10 as well as WRNR TV on YouTube.
Let's talk trash, because when it comes to trash, you have options. Panhandle Dumpsters is a local family-owned garbage hauling company serving both residential and commercial customers with weekly trash pickup, dumpster service, yard waste pickup, and bulk pickups too. Panhandle Dumpsters will give you a free trash can and provide curbside service for just $23 a month. Panhandle Dumpsters features a fleet of quieter, eco-friendly garbage trucks, thereby reducing the noise usually associated with pickup. Switch now and save up to 30%. Call 833-DUMP-STR, panhandledumpsters.com. At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is Prevent, Promote, Protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Back here, already getting started with a point right off the bat for Spring Mills, so the score is now 15-5. They came out of that timeout a little early, Jim. This is Colin McLaughlin here, our cameraman as well. It's Nick Verzolini and John Alderton as this serve by Jaden Junkin for Spring Mills. Another one hits the net, so the score is 16-5 in set one of JV play.
Yeah, 2 bad serves in a row for Spring Mills. And it's not that it's a bad serve. The tosses were not right. The ball needs to be tossed higher than the shoulder to be able to make contact to propel the ball forward. So something to work on. They also, obviously, Spring Mills had the problem there with miscommunication right before the timeout. There's another good example. Low toss into the net. We'll work these things out.
I also want to give a thank you to our cameraman, John Alderton, over there. Sent me a picture. He did the research himself into our old broadcasts, and I was correct. The midcourt there did get revamped up with a brand new logo as another serve error, so the score is 17-6. Hedgesville leads Spring Mills.
Yes, that's 4 missed serves in a row, 3 for Spring Mills. We really need to see everybody needs to settle down, focus on getting the ball in play.
Yeah, coming out of that timeout, definitely hurt both teams so far. It's a free ball over to the Hedgesville side. They're going to try to capitalize. Jaden Matcher with it and gets it out of bounds, so it'll be a Spring Mills point.
Good swing, just a little bit late.
Daniel with the serve. Over to the
tight.
Hedgesville side. That one
Got
just
it.
gets tipped over. A
Nice
point
left.
goes to Hedgesville. Beautiful heads-up play there by Kylie Ann East. 18-7's the score now. As this serve goes way low and short. Bad hit there by Matcher. Still a 10-point lead for Hedgesville. Can also hear some noise going on behind us in the opposite gym through this wall. The freshman match going on at the same time. So we're here in JV action at the Cardinal Coliseum. So this hit just goes short by Spring Mills. The score now Hedgesville 19, Spring Mills 8. We're in set one of JV play. It's a best 2 out of 3 for JV action. Served by Hedgesville, just hits the top of the net and goes right down. Point Spring Mills off the service error by Emily Montgomery. Substitution now for Spring Mills. Going to serve is Ava Campbell. She hits this one right over to the back line of Hedgesville. Campbell with it. Back to Dugan. Hitting it over is Emma Jones. The back line sends it over by Matcher. McDaniel calls her teammates off for Spring Mills. Good communication there. Dugan sends it over. Back to Hedgesville side.
Great swing.
Kill getting it.
That's
and
a
it
kill.
goes all the way to the back. Great shot there by Hedgesville's Kayla Shropshire to make it 20-9.
All starts with that good pass. Nice set outside and a great swing. Fantastic. Good follow through.
So Hedgesville now 5 points away from taking set one. So we get a serve now by the Lady Eagles. This one just going to hit the net and fall right underneath McDaniel. 21-9 now. Hedgesville leads.
Yeah, Lamb had a nice run last time. I'd like to see her do that again. Concentrating, nice good toss. She got a little break there, rolling it over the net.
Second serve. This one, another one hitting that net twice in a row. She's just getting it to drop dead. So back-to-back aces by Olivia Lamb makes it 22-9.
Well, conversely, Spring Mills has to be aware. There's someone standing right there. They need to keep their eye on the ball and be prepared to play it.
Third one
Ace.
right by McDaniel. Third ace in a row by Olivia Lamb trying to put this one away. The score is 23-9.
Yeah, serve receive. Everybody takes a little step up. Everybody cheats up a little bit. And Lamb serves a hard floater down that deep third. Finds the seam.
This one goes right to McDaniel.
Great pass.
Comes the set and the kill. That one by Peyton Dugan right at the back line. Emily Montgomery. And Spring Mills gets a 10th point. The score now 23-10. Hedgesville still leads. Serving for the Spring Mills Cardinals is Peyton Dugan. He's going to send that one at a bullet. Miscommunication at the back line. Two teammates went for it on Hedgesville.
Yeah,
None of them hit it.
Yeah, same with the down ball. A hard, flat ball at your shoulder height. On defense, it's easier to move forward than backwards. I'm thinking that ball should be out.
Peyton Dugan with another serve here. That one goes right at the middle hitter there on that back line and out. So the score is now 23-12.
Yeah, slight adjustments. I would have my entire back row take a half step back.
So everybody positioned differently now. It looks like you have almost 4 in that back row. Montgomery tries to set it over from the back and didn't have enough power on it, so the score now 23-13.
And everybody kind of moved up a little bit right here again. Toes on the three-point line.
Served by Peyton Dugan. And that one hits a teammate in the back of the head.
Yep.
Hopefully she's okay. She's just laughing it off right in the ponytail. Jocelyn Anders looks to be all right. It's the score now 24-13. Hedgesville only needs one more point to take set 1.
Shanked.
And it goes out and it ends it. So the final score of set 1 is 25-13. Hedgesville now up 1-0. Let's take a 1-minute break here as both teams will have to switch sides again back at the studio. A 1-minute break. This is high school volleyball on Comcast, TV 10, and WRNR TV on YouTube.
WVU Medicine introduces a new minimally invasive hysterectomy surgery to our area. V-Notes is an advanced gynecologic technique that provides many benefits to patients, such as shorter hospital stays, less post-operative pain, faster recoveries, and no visible scars. Dr. Aaron Miller and Dr. Lori Tucker with WVU Medicine OBGYN in Martinsburg are the only OBGYNs in the Baltimore, Washington metropolitan area currently offering this cutting-edge procedure. WVU Medicine, the future of surgery is here.
Let's talk trash, because when it comes to trash, you have options. Panhandle Dumpsters is a local family-owned garbage hauling company serving both residential and commercial customers with weekly trash pickup, dumpster service, yard waste pickup, and bulk pickups too. Panhandle Dumpsters will give you a free trash can and provide curbside service for just $23 a month. Panhandle Dumpsters features a fleet of quieter, eco-friendly garbage trucks, thereby reducing the noise usually associated with pickup. Switch now and save up to 30%. Call 833-DUMP-STR, panhandledumpsters.com.
Are Nick Verzolini and John Alderton getting ready here to start set number 2 of junior varsity action between the Hedgesville Eagles and Spring Mills Cardinals in the best 2 out of 3. Hedgesville leads 1-0 over Spring Mills after a 25-13 victory in set number 1, and mostly it was just a lot of mental mistakes and service errors by both teams, but ultimately Hedgesville was able to limit it the most and take away that victory there in set 1, Jim.
Yeah, I'm Spring Mills. First off, you got to put the ball in play. I mean, you have no chance to score if you don't hit the ball over the net. So that's the first thing. Second thing, there's got to be clear and present communication on every play. There's no reason why the person passing should not be calling for the ball. The setter can call for the ball and run your offense. You've got to make sure that the ball is being played. It's not hitting the floor between two players. So I would expect to see something different in this second game. I would think that Hedgesville is going to continue to do what they're doing, but I think Spring Mills is going to amp it up a little bit.
It's both teams back here, and I made a mistake earlier, so I'm going to change it a little bit here. I said before we went to break that teams will have to switch sides. However, due to COVID rules still going on, they will not change sides. So on the right side there in black, it's still Hedgesville. On the left is still Spring Mills.
Yeah, man, I'm pretty sure that a doctor someplace said that the COVID cannot go through the net. No, I'm being facetious. I'm just kidding about that. When I coached, all those years I coached, we always switch sides. You never know what type of environmental issue could be at play, whether or not it's lighting or different things like that. Switching sides is an integral part of the game. It's kind of disappointing to see that they're not switching sides.
I agree, especially since I don't know how well it can be seen on our TV, but right above the Hedgesville side there is a flashing light as we get started with a Spring Mill serve. That's McDaniel, the libero, hitting it, and she gets called off by Peyton Dugan, sends it back to the Hedgesville side. We get a point for Spring Mills, taking the 1-0 lead in set 2. As I'm saying, it's just the one right above where Hedgesville kind of is in the middle of their setup. It just keeps blinking almost like a strobe light, so it definitely might cause a distraction down there on the court. The ball gets served over by Abshire. McDaniel with it now for Spring Mills.
Yep.
Jaden Junkin tried to get it over, but we get a double hit called on Spring Mills, so the score now at 1 apiece.
Yep, setter's hands.
Here's a serve by Hedgesville, and that's going to be right at Junkin. Hit up by Abshire and sent back over to the back line. Beautiful save there by Hedgesville, but they weren't able to recover. Trying to keep it alive there, I believe, was Shropshire. And the team couldn't pick it up, so Spring Mills now leads 2-1.
We used to pull the mats from the doors, and we would put them in the deep corners for free ball drills and force free balls to hit those mats. They didn't hit the mat, there'd be some type of penalty. That's exactly what she did. She took that free ball into that deep one corner.
So listen, this one set up. Hedgesville gets it just in. I thought, nope, they changed it to just being out. Hard to tell on that far line, so the score is Spring Mills 3, Hedgesville 1.
Yeah, nice cut, tight set. She drops her thumb, cut the ball just a little bit outside.
Izzy Dozier with the serve now for the Cardinals. Hedgesville hits it back over to Dozier. Back up and over to that back line. Shropshire gets it. It's going to be hit back up, and a free ball being sent over, and getting the kill for Hedgesville to make it 3-2 is Jaden Matcher.
The zones of the court are labeled 1 through 6. 1 is the service, that far right corner. In the middle of the court, the 5 position has to step up on that cross-side hit to play defense there unless the 4's rotating off the net. So Spring Mills has some defense issues in their rotation between 4 and 5, that middle of the court.
So the serve by Olivia Lamb, who we saw do really well in set 1, goes off the net. So Spring Mills with a 4-2 lead now. Crazy how things can change in between sets. We saw 3 aces in a row by Lamb there towards the end of set 1, and her first time getting it this time as a set service error by Peyton Dugan, so it goes right back to Hedgesville with a score 4-3. Serving now for Hedgesville. It goes to McDaniel. And out of bounds, as that was served by Evelyn Jennings to tie the score up at 4 apiece.
Yeah, the libero and the serve receive had her toes on the three-point line. Look at where she is now. Her heels are just inside the free throw line. She literally has made a 3.5-foot adjustment on that serve receive. So something within the consistency needs to be adjusted.
And an ace there by Jennings to give Hedgesville the 5-4 lead now.
Yeah, and that ace, I think, is more of a communication issue. The 5, number 15, needs to move forward, step in, and cut that ball off. The 1 and the 5 should be pinching. The 6 should be deeper.
Jennings set to serve here again for Hedgesville. Send that one at the back line, and going in close. McDaniel tries to save it, and it's going to go out. That was a tough play by Dozier at first, and they just weren't able to recover. 6-4, Hedgesville leads Spring Mills.
A good positive message from the coach. She advised her to move her feet. That's what she's got to do there. She's got to move her feet.
This one right at McDaniel. Pivots her body around and gets it. Spring Mills hits it over to the Hedgesville side. It's a set and a spike coming on this near side, and that's going to go right off the wrists of McDaniel. Great kill there by Shropshire.
Yeah, and this is the strength of the lineup. Shropshire's at the 4 right now. She's hitting outside. That's where she started that first game. So clearly this is a section of the offense that Hedgesville really likes. Great first pass, great set, and a kill on the outside.
Makes the score 7-4. Hedgesville leads against Spring Mills. We're in set 2 of JV action. It'll be varsity to follow about 20 minutes or so after. Spring Mills hits this one out. 8-4 now. Hedgesville leads.
Yeah, Lamb runs to the line, plants her foot on the line, stops there, ball's out.
So we have a substitute coming in now. Jocelyn Anders in for Izzy Dozier on the Spring Mills Cardinals. Still serving is Evelyn Jennings. She hits this one right at the substitute that just came in, Jocelyn Anders. She didn't get her feet moving, so the score now 9-4. Hedgesville leads.
It's a tough situation for the setter. The setter's at the 4. She's on the far side, running to the right side of the court and had to reverse directions to try to get to that pass.
Another serve here right at McDaniel. Hit up by Jones. Over the head of Abshire and over to the Hedgesville side. Running up to it and jumping and tipping it over Shropshire. Back to Spring Mills, back over to Hedgesville.
Great pass.
Great back and forth. So he almost had a mistake there. Spring Mills, Junkin able to recover. And Hedgesville capitalize. Goes over towards the score table, back in, off the net. Spring Mills gets the point. Great volley there. Let's see if Spring Mills can keep the rhythm going as they trail 9-5, but have the serve.
That was a great volley, and what I saw was a good decision made by the middle blocker. She stayed in position. Chloe Hudson was right there with a chance to make a play on the block.
It's always something that you hope your team can build off of. Let's see if they can do it now as Jaden Junkin gets the number from her head coach and will serve it over to Hedgesville. This one a hard knuckleball almost as it goes towards that net. And it looked like the Hedgesville player tipped the net as well. I believe that was Emily Montgomery. So the score is now 9-6 Hedgesville over Spring Mills.
Yeah, they called Hahn the setter with her hands in the net.
Thank you for correcting me there, Jim, as that was Kylie Hahn. Hard to tell still with those black numbers. I'll do the best I can. Doesn't help with ponytails as well as the ace goes to Spring Mills. They only trail by 2 now.
Well, I was watching the setter because in the play before, 6 is coming from the back row. That's the only reason that I had spotted that.
Still serving is Jaden Junkin for Spring Mills now. Serves this one right at the back middle spot. And this one goes into the Hedgesville bench.
Shanks a lot.
Spring Mills only trails by 1 and a timeout called by Hedgesville. Let's take it with them. A 30-second break this time. The score in set number 2, Hedgesville 9, Spring Mills 8, a 30-second break. This is high school volleyball on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Hi, this is Lauren from Orsini's right here in Martinsburg. Grilling is not just for the boys. We are a Platinum Traeger dealer carrying the Pro Series all the way up to the Timberline Series. We have every flavor of wood pellets along with accessories, rubs, sauces. Not just Traeger, we carry Utz, Meat Church, Lanes, and Dizzy Pig. We also carry a full line of Yeti products. Orsini's has everything to complete your backyard. Visit us at 360 Hack Wilson Way or at Orsinis.com.
Back here, they came back early through the timeout, so we're in play right now as Hedgesville hits it over to Spring Mills. Junkin with it, getting it to Jones. Jones sends it over, and it just goes out. Point goes to Hedgesville, scored 10-8 in set number 2. This is Colin McLaughlin alongside me, the former Smithsburg 3-time state champion volleyball head coach Jim Klein. Cameramen this evening, John Alderton and Nick Verzolini. Back at the studio doing a great job as well is Spencer Dupuis. Hedgesville with the serve, and that one just out on the serve. Score now 10-9. Spring Mills gets the point there.
Notice the difference, though. Hedgesville ran to the line, put their foot down, sat out. Spring Mills stood still, turned their head, watched the ball. It's kind of, we used to call that hoping defense. You know what? You're hoping that it's out. You don't really know. If you chase the ball on every play to the complete end, you know if it's in or out.
Serve now by Emma Jones for Spring Mills. Trying to get a block on it was Kayla Campbell for the Cardinals, but Hedgesville gets the point. They lead 11-9.
Yeah, Shropshire, she's got a nice little swing there, man. I keep my eyes on her. I wouldn't be surprised to see her dress for the varsity game.
She now is on to serve here. This one goes right towards the back line. Gets hit over to the Hedgesville side, back to Spring Mills now. They're going to set up the offense, send a free ball over, and on the set, get a two-hit called to score 12-9. Hedgesville leads Spring Mills. For those of you just tuning in, we're in set number 2. Hedgesville won the first set 25-13. It's the score now 12-9. Make it 13-9. Hedgesville gets the point. They're up by 4 against Spring Mills. Hedgesville wins this set. It'll be over. Another timeout called. Let's take another 30-second break. The score 13-9. This is high school volleyball on WRNR and TV 10.
Hello?
We're here again 3 times in the past 2 days.
You're where?
Bechtel Jewelers. Look.
Can Mom hear you?
No, she's in a diamond coma. Get her the pendant, or I will.
Hey, that's my credit card.
What? Can't hear you, Dad. You're breaking up.
It's going to take more than a crying baby to wake her out of this diamond coma. You're going to need a mega dose of jewelry from Bechtel Jewelers.
In white on the left side, and the Hedgesville Eagles on the right side. Serving for Hedgesville is Kaylee Shropshire. Hits it to the back line of Spring Mills. Coming in is Junkin for it, sending the free ball over now. This one goes to the back line at Jones. And we get another point for Hedgesville, as I believe that was Abshire with the double hit. So the score at 14-9.
Yeah, very, very nice serve. Both teams serving much more consistently in the second game like that. Like to see this.
Hedgesville getting a rhythm going. They were down 9-8, I believe, and they're now up 14-9. Make it 15-9 as Jaden Junkin hits that one off the middle of the net as it drops to the court. So Hedgesville leads by 6. Shropshire with another serve. This one definitely softer, trying to catch Spring Mills off guard. McDaniels hits it to the back line. Hedgesville able to get it back over. Here comes a kill. That one going to the back, recovered by Junkin. Spring Mills sends it back over. Another beautiful set. Here comes the kill by Matcher. She was unable to do so. Another dig by Junkin. And Hedgesville get a point here.
That's
yes,
the kill.
16-9 now. Hedgesville leads over Spring Mills.
Yeah, you'd love to have a left-hander as your opposite. Having a left-hander at the 2, which basically means that she's on hand. Love it. Great swing.
Saw a beautiful exchange there between the power and the finesse. As a 17th point now for Hedgesville on the ace. Let's go back to that last point. As I was saying, the first couple times we saw those kills coming in by Matcher, it was all power, just trying to drive it down. The next thing you knew, she took a little bit off it, tried to finesse it, got more accurate with the spot, and that's what got that 16th point. And we have a timeout called as it's McDaniel trying to quickly tie her shoe here for Spring Mills. She does so, and we'll get back into action. Kaylee Shropshire with the serve. It's that one to the back line, and it gets sent right back over, and having to jump up and just send it back. And I don't know if that's what she was trying to do, but she did a great job at it and got the point. Was Kaylee Hahn. 18-9, Hedgesville leads Spring Mills. This one sent over by Junkin.
Ball makes contact with the divider. When it crosses the net, that's a violation.
Score 19-9 now, Hedgesville. All over Spring Mills here in set 2. Junkin with it, hits it back up. McDaniel sends it over. Free ball for Hedgesville. Going to try to capitalize. This one gets tipped right in no man's land. Spring Mills got a couple hits on it, but was unable to send it back over the net. 20-9, Hedgesville leads. Another timeout called by Spring Mills. Let's keep it here, though, and just review a little bit what we've seen so far. It was set one, Hedgesville lead, or won that one 25-13. Both teams definitely cleaner here in set number two, but Hedgesville is still clearly the more fundamental sound team and winning it as best as they can over Spring Mills.
Yeah, a little more offense. What I like to see from the left-hander coming in, the defense needs to recognize she's coming in to tip the ball. You know that because her elbow is way up high. So she's taking her approach. Her hand is already in the air. You have to know it's going to be a dink. It's going to be a tip of some kind. So the defense should be adjusting to that. And that's another thing. The communication just isn't there. The 5 should be rotating forward, the 6 to the line as everybody adjusts for the tip ball. And we just don't see that. Those are the things you practice at JV level. Lots of transition type things, the way that the defense rotates. This is, again, right here, serve off the timeout. This is what I want to see.
Here we go, 20-9 is the score. Hedgesville leads Spring Mills in set two of JV play. The serve goes out. Spring Mills tried to recover it. They did so. It was in play, but nobody ran over to help from the far side. So Hedgesville now 4 points away from getting the 2-0 series sweep and picking up the win. This one right at McDaniel, and she misses it. 22-9 now. So Hedgesville just trying to put the final nail in the coffin in set number two against Spring Mills.
Shropshire's a gamer. She didn't miss a serve off the timeout. Came in with an ace. She is a legitimate player right here. Actually, I'd credit her for 2 aces in a row, but maybe I'm a little soft on the scorecard.
Here comes the serve right at Junkin. She kind of went in front of her teammate there, Emma Jones. You got to have communication, especially when your team's slowly falling apart and just trying to chip away as best as they can to get some positive things before this one wraps up. Another serve here by Hedgesville. This time, Jones did get it instead of Junkin, and it goes into the Spring Mills bench. It is 24-9 now.
Yeah.
You can see frustration setting in for Spring Mills as it's match point for Hedgesville.
Yeah, 4 aces in a row. I mean, there should be some degree of frustration.
Another serve here by Shropshire for Hedgesville. It's going to go right at Junkin. Here comes the set back over to Junkin now. She's going to send the free ball over to Shropshire. Ball up in the air by East, and that's going to wrap it up. Hedgesville game, set, match. They come away victorious in set number two by a final score of 25-9. They take the 2-0 victory in JV play, and that's going to be that for JV action. Let's take a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll wrap things up for the JV match and get ready for the varsity match. Again, a 2-minute break. This is high school volleyball on WRNR TV YouTube and Comcast TV Channel 10.
The excitement of West Virginia high school football featuring the Martinsburg Bulldogs is right around the corner.
Makes the grab at the 25, stays in bounds to the 20, 10, 5, and into the end zone for the Martinsburg Bulldog touchdown. Excellent throw and catch for the Bulldog score.
Yeah, there's just blown coverage there because Clement was wide open down the sideline.
The 2-0 Martinsburg Bulldogs take on the 0-2 Sharanda Warriors Friday at 7 p.m. with pregame at 6 p.m. following the sports mix at 5 p.m. right here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Whether you're heading to a high school, college, or professional football game, Johnny's has all your tailgating go-tos. Delicious wings, meatballs, shrimp, burgers, and dogs. Plus, Johnny's has everything you need to serve it all up. Party trays, utensils, plates, cups, and more. Stop by either of our 2 great locations, 1456 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, and Route 11 South in Chambersburg.
A reputation for caring, a legacy of service. At Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, it's been our story since 1880. A family-owned business, we support the needs and wishes of families. We offer traditional services, as well as many options for cremation, customized remembrances, and pre-planning. Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations retains its family atmosphere and stays true to its roots. Contact us for advanced planning, or at your time of loss. We're here when you need us.
WVU Medicine continues to expand to meet the needs of our growing community. We're excited to offer high-quality healthcare in the Shepherdstown area at our new medical office facility located on Route 45 West at 60 McLean Way. Services available at the new WVU Medicine Shepherdstown location include primary care, behavioral health and psychiatry, and specialty care. Plus, 2 departments of Berkeley Medical Center are on-site, lab services, and x-ray services available weekdays 7 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Make an appointment today at WVUMedicine.org.
Welcome back inside the Cardinal Coliseum. Colin McLaughlin here alongside me is Jim Klein, our cameraman. Now is John Alderton as Nick Versellini heads out to go get ready for preparing for football this weekend. I'll go more into that later on in this broadcast, but right now let's wrap things up from the JV match. It was Hedgesville winning both sets. The first one by a final score of 25-13. The second one by a final score of 25-9 over Spring Mill. So they get the sweep, Jim, and they definitely seem like the better team.
Yeah, well, Hedgesville, what we talked about during the match, they put the ball in play, more consistent serving. They moved the ball better in transition, following the ball to the line, better communication, and ultimately, this early development at this stage in the career of these athletes, those are the things at this level that is going to help prove that their success, and clearly they showed that in the court tonight.
Yes, it should be about 20 minutes, hopefully, here until varsity play at 6:45 now. We'll see exactly what happens. Hedgesville already took the court, so we'll just wait and see what happens. It looks like it'll be Hedgesville in white this time. I see Spring Mills over in the back getting ready, and it sounds like the music's going to start playing, and they'll take the court. So let's get ready to wrap things up. Any final thoughts on the JV game and what you hope to see in varsity action?
Yeah, we want to see up-tempo. We want to see the ball put in play. We want to see some outstanding offense. We didn't get to see that, and I was an offense guy. I want to see hits. I want to see dynamite play. I want to see the teams on their heels and how they recover from that out-of-system situation.
Yep, as Spring Mills will take the court. Going to change some things up. I'm sorry, Spencer, for the confusion back there, but let's do 5 minutes in between here so that we can get set up and get our final notes and stuff ready for the varsity action. So I'll give you a little bit more time, Spencer. Just get a 5-minute break set up for us here in between, as the 20 minutes of warm-ups has not officially began yet on the clock, but a 5-minute break. Again, the final from the JV action between Hedgesville and Spring Mills. Hedgesville victorious 2-0. They won set number 1 25-13, set number 2 25-9. Again, a 5-minute break, then we'll be back to start the pregame show for the varsity action between Spring Mills and Hedgesville. This is high school volleyball in the state of West Virginia on WRNR TV 10 and YouTube.
WVU Medicine introduces a new minimally invasive hysterectomy surgery to our area. V-Notes is an advanced gynecologic technique that provides many benefits to patients, such as shorter hospital stays, less post-operative pain, faster recoveries, and no visible scars. Dr. Aaron Miller and Dr. Lori Tucker with WVU Medicine OBGYN in Martinsburg are the only OBGYNs in the Baltimore, Washington metropolitan area currently offering this cutting-edge procedure. WVU Medicine, the future of surgery is here.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Before the invitations and the dress, the flowers, cake, candles, or vows, there was an answer to a question proposed with a ring.
Bechtel Jewelers knows that an important part of your wedding happens before the I-dos. We're a diamond store with an engagement and bridal jewelry selection that's both exciting and accessible.
On the big day, there's everything else, and there's the ring. Make sure you get this one right at Bechtel Jewelers in Inwood.
Why Apple Valley Chevrolet Toyota in Martinsburg? Because we're a name you can trust. And you can trust that you'll always find a large selection of over 400 new Chevrolets and a wide selection of new Toyotas at unbeatable prices. How unbeatable? Well, we will not be beat on any deal on any new Chevrolet or Toyota. That's right. You will not find a lower price, guaranteed. From Chevy Cruzes, Malibus, Impalas, Equinox, Suburbans, Silverados, to Toyota Yaris, Corollas, Camrys, Avalons, and more. No one beats an Apple Valley Chevrolet Toyota deal. And remember to check your mailbox for this month's specials and great savings. Simply put, if you're in the market or will soon be in the market for a new or newer vehicle, check out all that Apple Valley Chevrolet Toyota has to offer. We're Apple Valley Chevrolet Toyota in Martinsburg, or online at applevalleychevy.com. That's applevalleychevy.com. Apple Valley Chevrolet Toyota, a name you can trust.
A reputation for caring, a legacy of service. At Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, it's been our story since 1880. A family-owned business, we support the needs and wishes of families. We offer traditional services, as well as many options for cremation, customized remembrances, and pre-planning. Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations retains its family atmosphere and stays true to its roots. Contact us for advanced planning, or at your time of loss. We're here when you need us.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk. See dealer for details.
Let's talk trash, because when it comes to trash, you have options. Panhandle Dumpsters is a local family-owned garbage hauling company serving both residential and commercial customers with weekly trash pickup, dumpster service, yard waste pickup, and bulk pickups too. Panhandle Dumpsters will give you a free trash can and provide curbside service for just $23 a month. Panhandle Dumpsters features a fleet of quieter, eco-friendly garbage trucks, thereby reducing the noise usually associated with pickup. Switch now and save up to 30%. Call 833-DUMP-STR, panhandledumpsters.com.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Spring Mills will be looking for some revenge as their season was ended last year 3-0 by Hedgesville, who went on to the state semifinals, almost had a shot at the state championship against Musselman, but fell short after blowing a 2-0 lead against George Washington, who won 3-2 and then lost to Musselman in the state championship last year, but still should be a great team, hopefully for both teams, as they were both top 10 teams last year. And finishing-wise, Hedgesville was the number 2 team in the state. They finished last year with a 21-9 record. And as I said, they fell in that semifinal in states against George Washington 3-2. And so far this year, they are 1-1. They lost their season opener August 25th at Millbrook 3-1, and then won their second match versus Charando 3-1. And somebody that I know you talked to earlier, and we're hoping to see tonight is that former West Virginia Gatorade Athlete of the Year for volleyball, Skyler Yates for Hedgesville, Jim.
Yeah, very humble. Had an opportunity to talk with her. I coached Smithsburg High School during the reign of Hedgesville and Coach Susie Davis. And you know, we were talking on air about a week ago about the players to watch. Of course, Hannah Howard down there at Musselman is certainly a dynamic athlete. And Coach Davis, she messaged me on Facebook and said, hey, Coach Klein, you need to keep an eye out on Skyler Yates. So I went up and talked to Skyler and just mentioned, hey, you know, Skyler, how does that make you feel? So these old fogies, guys like me and Coach Davis, putting you into the upper echelon of players to watch. And you know what? She didn't have anything to comment on that. So I asked her, Skyler, what are your goals individually and for the team? Individually, she said not much. As a team, win a lot of games. And, man, that gave me goosebumps. That's exactly what I want to hear from my star athlete. Someone who is team forward, team focused, and wants to see the overall success of the team, knowing that her accolades will come based on the success of the team.
Yes, now we also have a little bit of changes for both teams as well, and it's in coaching-wise, as the head coach now for Spring Mills is Haley Wolf, and for Hedgesville it is Joy Van Dyne. So it'll be interesting to see the change there for both teams and how they do this season. We'll hear next break from both in the interviews that I had with them before the JV matchup, but it should be a fun one. Always is in Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference. Volleyball always competitive and hopefully bigger crowds than what we had last year due to COVID. So we see a decent amount in here so far. I know there's a soccer match going on over at the field, so hopefully afterwards some of their friends come in and enjoy this one. Hope even if you're tuning in and are close by, you can come enjoy this live. It should be great tonight. Let's look at Spring Mills. They are 0-1 so far this year. They finished last year with a 16-5 record. They lost that season opener September 2nd against Musselman, who's the defending state champions, 3-0. And let's look at the all-time series between these two teams. Hedgesville leads all-time 14-4. However, Spring Mills in the last 5 have it 3-2. All last year, it was September 8th of 2020. Spring Mills won 3-0. October 6th, 2020, Spring Mills won 3-2. And then in that regional one that really mattered and ended the season of Spring Mills, Hedgesville won 3-0. So Hedgesville slowly progressed, and we saw that great state championship run that ultimately fell short in the semifinals. But it's a new year for both teams. Let's see how they do as we're just at 10 minutes until the start of varsity action, Jim.
Yeah, I'm watching you. So I like the way that Hedgesville's running their pregame offense. It makes it very easy to scout them. Both of their outsides, their on-hand hitters are running at the 5. So it's easy to watch Yates and Harper, and they are pounding the crap out of the ball on the outside. Then we come to the middles, they're opposite, starting at 2 and 5, 14 and 13. So we're watching Winston and Miller. They're doing a great job. Middles, you want them to hit the V. You don't want to see them hit the ball straight forward. They should be hitting on angles, left and right, nothing straightforward, both of them. And then you move to the offhand is what we call that. Unless you're left-handed, then you're on hand, but you are the setter opposite. So we call that the opposite side. Over there at the 2, and I'm watching some right-handers hit, and they too are bringing the ball. Now here's the thing, Colin, you toss the ball straight up to me on this 7'4" and 1/4 inch net, and I can hit the pound. I can pound it. But I got to tell you, got to have a good pass and a good set to allow this dynamic offense do something with the ball, and that's what we're going to see. Perfect tosses to the setter. It's only going to happen if they're passing the ball that way on serve receive or in transition. That's what I can't wait to see tonight.
Let's take a 2-minute break, and then we'll be back to hear from both teams' coaches. Again, for back at the studio, a 2-minute break. This is high school volleyball on Comcast TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk. See dealer for details.
Let's talk trash, because when it comes to trash, you have options. Panhandle Dumpsters is a local family-owned garbage hauling company serving both residential and commercial customers with weekly trash pickup, dumpster service, yard waste pickup, and bulk pickups too. Panhandle Dumpsters will give you a free trash can and provide curbside service for just $23 a month. Panhandle Dumpsters features a fleet of quieter, eco-friendly garbage trucks, thereby reducing the noise usually associated with pickup. Switch now and save up to 30%. Call 833-DUMP-STR, panhandledumpsters.com.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Welcome back inside the Cardinal Coliseum. Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Jim Klein. We're just about 6 minutes away from varsity action between the Hedgesville Eagles and Spring Mills Cardinals. I talked with both coaches before the game just to hear about how the teams are going to look this season. Let's start off with the head coach for the Hedgesville Eagles, Joy Van Dyne.
So back here for a Hedgesville Eagles season. How's the team look so far?
We're working on it. We got some new faces in, a couple of freshmen, so we're working on that team chemistry. So far, so good.
What are you hoping to see from the team this year after a semifinal exit last year at the state tournament?
Well, the goal is always to make it back there and make it further than you did the year before. So.
All right, Skyler Yates, Gatorade Athlete Player of the Year. I know you made sure to mention it to us. What are we going to see from her this season?
Skyler is one of those self-motivated, so she sets more goals for herself. She wants to beat what she did last year, so we're going to see what happens.
Still early in the year, and you get right off the bat an EPAC opponent here against Spring Mills at the Cardinal Coliseum. What's the strategy going in to pick up a win?
We're just going to come in, play our game, and see what happens. It's always a good way to start out the year, see where you're at and where you need to go from here.
What are the things that you've seen so far from the team in the matches that you've had already this season, and what do you hope that they improve on tonight?
We served pretty well. Our passing's been pretty good, so we have to continue to improve on that. And then, of course, offensively, we've got to get more than Skyler involved.
What's the biggest thing that you need to do to stop Spring Mills from doing tonight?
Well, I think we got to show up and play our game. We got to do what we need to do and not so much worry about the other side of the net, but what we're doing.
All right, thank you. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Again, that was the Hedgesville Eagles head coach, Joy Van Dyne, and like what I heard from her. Jim?
Absolutely. And when I'm thinking about Coach Van Dyne, what I'm hearing is that just like I mentioned, the only way that a dynamic offense can set up is if they get that first contact. She talked about stressing the importance of passing and then involving someone other than Yates. It's going to be very easy for the middle to start cheating on Yates when she's at the outside. Whoever her middle and opposite is at the 2 when Yates is at the 4, that's what we're going to need to see. We're going to need to see someone else keep the defense honest. Otherwise, going to be much easier to defend against Yates.
All righty, let's now hear from the head coach of the Spring Mills Cardinals, Haley Wolf.
For a new season for the Spring Mills volleyball team, what are you hoping to see from them this year?
I'm hoping to see improvement, coming together as a team, and just success, even small ones, big ones, winning matches, and playing as a team overall together very well.
who are going to be the key spotlight stars for the team this year that we should watch out for the entire season?
All the girls are very skilled and talented. Definitely number 17, the setter, Ariana Parsley, and outside hitter number 11, Anna Flebu.
Okay, starting here with Hedgesville tonight. It's the team that knocked you guys out last year. How do you get revenge, even though it's a different season?
Our goal tonight is just to come out, play our game, play as a team, and just really bring it together this year.
Already had a couple matches so far this year that we've seen. What are some things that the team needs to improve on this evening?
Mental toughness is a big one. Just staying up even when we're down. We just have to tweak our serve receive and just really getting excited even for those small points that we get.
What's some of the strength that you've seen so far from the team as well?
Their relationships, being able to play as a team, be as a team on and off the court, it's something that every coach really enjoys seeing. Our hitting's definitely strong in our defense.
What's the strategy offensively, defensively to pick up a victory tonight?
Don't let the ball hit the floor when it's on our side. Play our game, be aggressive, and don't give up.
All right, thank you, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Again, that was the Spring Mills Cardinals head coach, Haley Wolf, who's in her first season as well with the team. We're about a minute 47 away from having the starters come out and get started here for varsity action. We already saw JV action in which Hedgesville won 2-0 against Spring Mill. So Spring Mill is going to hope that varsity game is a little bit different. Jim, what are you hoping to see?
Well, yeah, both coaches. Coach Van Diamonds is passing. Coach Wolf mentions serve receive. Ultimately, that's what's going to set up. You're going to have the best offense in the world. You can't get the ball to the hand of the hitter. Then you're not going to be able to run the offense. So we definitely need to see some good passing tonight, movement and transition, different things like that. In-system offense. That's a good pass, and giving the setter an opportunity to make a decision where to send the ball. That's what we want to see. That's what I'm hopeful.
Now, with those interviews playing, I was more focused on just making sure everything was going well. Hopefully that you were watching warm-ups of both teams. What are things that you saw that seemed like strengths, and what are some things that you were worried about from both teams?
Yeah, Ofobu, she's got mad hops. I mean, watching 11 for Spring Mills on the outside, if they can get the ball to her, especially if they can move the ball quickly to the outside, not give the middle blocker a chance to set up, I think that we could see a lot of big hits this evening, and I think that's fantastic. I think both sides have adequate middle blockers, people who have size that should be able to take away some of the angles. So I can't wait to see the way that the outsides attack the lines, given that they have an opportunity to run their full offense.
Let's now look at both teams' rosters. Let's start with Hedgesville's varsity team. You have number 1, Lakin Copenhaver. Number 2, Paige Richmond. Number 3, Skyler Yates. Number 4, Paige Elliott. Number 5, Grace Gum. Number 6, Emma Sabora. Number 7, Penny Willis. Number 8, Kelsey Van Dyne. Number 9, Elena Harper. Number 10, Layla Shropshire. Number 11, Danica Probst. Number 12, Kylie Hahn. Number 13, Lexi Winston. Number 14, Paisley Miller. The Hedgesville Eagles head coach is Joy Van Dyne. Let's now look at the Spring Mills roster. You got number 1, Gracie Kane. Number 4, Maddie McDaniel. Number 7, Jaden Junkin. Number 9, Isabel Bolyard. Number 11, Ann Ofogbu. Number 12, Peyton Dugan. Number 13, Samantha Stevens. Number 14, Cora Shaw. Number 16, Alyssa Ryder. Number 17, Ariana Parsley. And the libero for Spring Mills is number 8, Liz Greenfield. Head coach for Spring Mills is Haley Wolf. And the assistant is Taylor Combs. Let's take another 2-minute break as we should have the national anthem here before the varsity game. Again, a 2-minute break. This is high school volleyball on WRNR TV, Comcast Channel 10, as well as WRNR TV on YouTube.
The excitement of West Virginia high school football featuring the Martinsburg Bulldogs is right around the corner.
Makes the grab at the 25, stays in bounds to the 20, 10, 5, and
into the end zone for the Martinsburg Bulldog touchdown. Excellent throw and catch for the Bulldogs score.
Yeah, there's just blown coverage there because Clement was wide open down the sideline. The 2-0 Martinsburg Bulldogs take on the 0-2 Sharanda Warriors Friday at 7 p.m. with pregame at 6 p.m. following the sports mix at 5 p.m. right here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
WVU Medicine introduces a new minimally invasive hysterectomy surgery to our area. V-Notes is an advanced gynecologic technique that provides many benefits to patients, such as shorter hospital stays, less post-operative pain, faster recoveries, and no visible scars. Dr. Aaron Miller and Dr. Lori Tucker with WVU Medicine OBGYN in Martinsburg are the only OBGYNs in the Baltimore, Washington metropolitan area currently offering this cutting-edge procedure. WVU Medicine, the future of surgery is here.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Before the invitations and the dress, the flowers, cake, candles, or vows, there was an answer to a question proposed with a ring.
Bechtel Jewelers knows that an important part of your wedding happens before the I-dos. We're a diamond store with an engagement and bridal jewelry selection that's both exciting and accessible.
On the big day, there's everything else and there's the ring. Make sure you get this one right at Bechtel Jewelers in Inwood.
As the national anthem now concludes here at the Spring Mills Coliseum. This is Colin McLaughlin. Alongside me is Jim Klein, and our cameraman is John Alderton. Back at the studio is Spencer Dupuis. It's now time to start varsity action between the Hedgesville Eagles and the Spring Mills Cardinals. Spring Mills to our left in the red jerseys with white numbers and blue shorts. To our right in white, the old gold and blue shorts, are the Hedgesville Eagles. As both teams come to the court now, will be a best of 5. First one to win 3 cents will be victorious this night in the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference matchup. Crosstown rivals meeting for the first time this season. Spring Mills was victorious in the 2 regular season matches last year. But when it came down to it in the regional playoffs, Hedgesville came away victorious and then had the state tournament run in which they fell short in the semifinals against George Washington. Coming into today, Hedgesville is 1-1 overall. As for Spring Mills, they are 0-1 overall and 0-1 in the EPAC as they've already played against Musselman this year. It'll be Spring Mills serving first to Hedgesville, and back to serve is number 17, Ariana Parsley. More of a crowd comes in now here for the varsity game. Some JV and freshman players for both teams stuck around as well. The serve from Spring Mills over to Hedgesville, and we're underway in varsity action. Yates gets that one into the air now on the Spring Mills side. Coming back over, tipping it. Yates with it now. Back over for Hedgesville to Spring Mills. A free ball. Foglu hits it to Shaw. Shaw sends it to the back line. That's going to go all the way back. Hedgesville does not have enough power. That would have been tough for anybody at any level, as it was all the way out of bounds on the basketball court. So Spring Mills takes the 1-0 lead early.
Yeah, Hedgesville was a little bit slow in transition, coming back off that free ball off the tip, and there was no place to go. She had to send a high set to the middle hitter, and off speed attack.
Parsley hits this one over to Gum. Yates with it now from the back, goes off the net. Beautiful save there by Spring Mills Shaw.
It's in.
And that one goes in, 2-0. Spring Mills leads Hedgesville. We're in set number 1 of varsity action. So great start here by the Cardinals at home. Still serving for Spring Mills is Parsley.
Need a first pass right here. Need to be able to set up the whole offense.
Serve goes low off the net. That'll be Hedgesville's first point, and they get the serve now, down 2-1. Serving first for Hedgesville will be Paisley Miller. She gets the ball and takes a couple steps forward. Serves that one to the back line to Ofogbu. Back over now, hard at that back line. That one just hit the ground. Great kill there by Samantha Stevens. Man, that had some pace on it, Jim.
Absolutely. And again, it comes down to the first contact. Great pass in the set. And the left-hander who's hitting on her offhand side puts it away for the kill.
Shaw with the serve to Yates. Yates going to put this one back over. It's going to get blocked. She bumps it back. Comes another set to Yates. Yates tried to get the kill. Goes on her side of the net and down. 4-1 Spring Mills leads.
Yeah, it sucked her in. It was a tough adjustment. The set didn't get pushed out far enough. Middle blocker was looking her right in the eye.
Cora Shaw with another serve. This one right at Yates. Getting set by Richmond. Yates tries to get it back over. It's going to be blocked and out of bounds. Great play there by Hedgesville. They still trail 4-2 in set 1.
Yeah, she told the block. You can see what Coach Van Dyne meant here in the very early part of this game, trying to work the offense around, keep the defense honest, and we're seeing a lot of sets to the outside.
Paige Richmond now serves for Hedgesville. Bounces the ball a couple times. Here's the serve. That one at Fobu. Fobu with it.
Never made it.
It's going to go off the net. So no block, but still a point for Hedgesville. Only trails by 1. The score 4-3. Spring Mills leads.
Yeah, both teams feeling each other out here right now. A little bit of tentativeness with the set. Nobody wants to push the ball too tight, make a mistake.
This one to Kelsey Van Dyne.
A real tough angle. Real tough. I mean, that ball's being set from 24 feet from the net. Real tough angle for the outside hitter to be able to come in and take a full swing like that. That might have needed to be a roll to the opposite side of the setter or deep corner to reset the defense.
We're all tied up at 4 apiece now. A serve to Liz Greenfield, the libero for Spring Mills. Just tipping it over there was Ofogu. And a miss hit there by Penny Willis gives Spring Mills the 5-4 lead now. Hedgesville still yet to take the lead here in set 1. Spring Mills to serve.
Yeah, Willis was right there. She just missed it.
Alyssa Ryder with it now. Hits it at Yates. Coming forward is Richmond, and hitting it over there is Winston. And what looked like it was going to be an easy free ball by Gracie Kane into no man's land by Hedgesville. Another point for Spring Mills. The score is 6-4. We have a timeout called by the referee, and Looks like it's Finn that was just too close to the court. So we'll get back in action here. Alyssa Ryder still to serve. The score is 6-4. We're in set one of varsity action between Spring Mills and Hedgesville. Spring Mills leads. Richmond to Willis. Back over and hitting it first and getting the point is Winston for Hedgesville. 6-5. They still trail but serve.
Yeah, ball hits the plane of the net. It's free. Whoever gets it first wins the joust. And Winston was there. I have a perfect angle to see that. Great play.
Now last year's Gatorade Volleyball Athlete of the Year, Skyler Yates to serve. Hits that one right at Ofoglu. It's going to come to the near side and get blocked. Samantha Stevens tried to get the point for Spring Mills, but Hedgesville ties it up at 6 apiece.
Yes, that's just a little bit low. My goodness, either 13 Stevens needs to start her approach sooner, and that's something you need to fine-tune as a season. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a medium or was she late.
Yates with it, serving it over to Spring Mills.
Again, late.
This time kept it in. Hedgesville has to send a free ball over.
Oh.
Greenfield puts it up. Here comes
Not the best
another
first
free
contact.
ball
Yes.
back to Yates. Richmond sets it up. A kill. Gets the point. Beautiful kill there. Hedgesville gets its first lead in set one thanks to Penny Willis. Scores 7-6.
Yeah, Gracie Kane was a little bit late she didn't close the block. That's why the center of the floor is wide open. Note the difference in offense between a good first pass and one that was not successful. Spring Mills had to send a free ball. Hedgesville brings the heat, ends up with the kill and the point. Great serve. My goodness, hit a cold air pocket in here, Doctor. Did you see that? The bottom fell out of that puppy.
Hedgesville now leads 8-6. Yates still to serve. So this one tips back over, and Spring Mills gets a quick point into no man's land. The score 8-7.
Got to keep your eyes on the ball. Everybody's waiting to see where that ball's going to get set. Just a little flick of the wrist, and she dumps it right into the soft spot of the zone.
So this serve here for Spring Mills will go way high and over.
Yeah. Did you see the hitch?
Samantha Stevens.
Yeah, Stevens took a little bit of a hitch. I don't know if she didn't like the toss. Man, I'm telling my kids, let that ball hit the ground. Restart. You're allowed one free toss. Let the ball hit the ground. Keep playing.
Serve here by Kelsey Van Dyne. It's a low one to the back line.
Good spot.
Beautiful kill there.
Hedgesville's got to make a decision. I'm gonna defend that, which means I'm gonna rotate my blockers, or I'm gonna treat it like a free ball, and I'm gonna rotate everyone back. And we were stuck in the middle between: are we playing defense, or are we treating it as a free ball? And with that lack of decision, that put us in a position where he couldn't make a play.
Score is 9-8. Hedgesville leads Spring Mills.
Tight.
Richmond sends it over to the Spring Mills side. This one hit back up and struck hard by Boldyard. It goes out of bounds, so Hedgesville takes the 10-8 lead.
Yeah, I'm giving Harper the kill on that, man. She adjusted her approach. The set was a little bit tight. Well, that means you got to get there early. You got to be there. And she actually beat the block on the lower set. Great hit. Great kill.
Hedgesville with the serve. This one going to go to the right and out, so it's 10-9 now. Spring Mills with the serve.
Yeah, good decision by Shaw. She's standing on the line. She knew that was out.
Yeah, Probst tried to keep that one in, and it just went out of bounds on that far side. Now serving for Spring Mills is the libero, Liz Greenfield. 10-9 is your score. Hedgesville leads Spring Mills. We're in set one of varsity action. Greenfield serves right at Yates for Hedgesville. Spike going up for it is Harper. Spring Mills gets it right back.
Yeah, that's out.
The kill goes off the hands of a Hedgesville player. Couldn't tell who that was, but we're all tied up at 10 apiece.
Yeah, middle hitter shoots the V, which is exactly what you're supposed to do, but the defender at the 1, props. If your hands come above your shoulders, the ball should be out if you're in the right position in defense. Her hands came up, clearly that ball would have been out of bounds.
Greenfield serves again for Spring Mills. Sends that to the back and just out, so Hedgesville back on top, 11-10 now. Serving for Hedgesville is Elena Harper. High jump, and that one's going to go low and short. Looked like she just didn't really have her timing set nor her toss, as we're tied at 11 apiece now.
Harper.
Paisley back to serve now for Spring Mill, so they've made it all the way around their order. Serve from Paisley. That one going to be a missed serve, goes too far. Hedgesville 12-11 now over Spring Mills. And they'll be back to their first server in Paisley Miller.
Yeah, both teams, they're not much of a rhythm here.
As Miller serves it right at Greenfield. It's a set, just tipping it over for a free ball. Miller gets it. Richmond to Yates. Yates puts it to the back line. Greenfield recovers it for Spring Mills. That one's going to go over the two blockers in the front line of Hedgesville, and on the court, tied back up at 12 apiece between Spring Mills and Hedgesville.
Yeah, when that attacker comes with that elbow way up in the air like that, everybody's got a pinch. You can't let that ball hit the floor right behind the middle blocker.
Cora Shaw now serving for Spring Mills. That one has no spin and just floats into the air over to Hedgesville.
Off block.
And off the block, Skyler Yates gets the point. Hedgesville leads 13-12.
Richmond, as she's moving off the net, her left hip needs to swing around. Swing that left hip around so that she can push the ball tighter to the net. Yates used the tool. She used the block for the kill.
Paige Richmond with the serve over to the Spring Mill side. Ofogbu takes a leap and just tips it back over to the Hedgesville side. Yeah. Yates with authority makes it 14-12. Beautiful kill there by the Gatorade Volleyball Athlete of the Year last year for Hedgesville.
Yeah, you think about receivers in football. You don't want two receivers right next to each other because it's easier for the defense to play. But in volleyball, when you have two attackers side by side, both defenders have to decide where their hands are going to go.
The serve to Greenfield. Foglu sends it over. Yates to Richmond behind her. And that one covered by Spring Mills. Foglu tries to get it again to the back line. Richmond has to hit it into the air. Comes over to Yates. Yates sends it to the back line. Back and forth we go. Who's going to get the point? Yates gets it for Hedgesville. They're now up by 3, 15-12 in set one. Timeout called by Spring Mills. Let's take it with them. A 30-second timeout. The score is Hedgesville 15, Spring Mills 12. This is high school volleyball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
The excitement of West Virginia high school football featuring the Martinsburg Bulldogs is right around the corner.
Makes the grab at the 25, stays in bounds to the 20, 10, 5, and into the end zone for the Martinsburg Bulldog touchdown. Excellent throw and catch for the Bulldogs score.
Yeah, there's just blown coverage there because Clement was wide open down the sideline. The 2-0 Martinsburg Bulldogs take on the 0-2 Sharanda Warriors Friday at 7 p.m. with pregame at 6 p.m. following the sports mix at 5 p.m. right here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Welcome back inside the Cardinal Coliseum. Colin McLaughlin here alongside me is Jim Klein. Our cameraman is John Alderton. Back at the studio is Spencer Dupuis. The score is 15-12. Hedgesville leads Spring Mills in set one of varsity action. Served by Hedgesville over to Spring Mills side. Covered by the Eagles. Richmond gets it to Yates. Yates sends it over to Spring Mills side. Tried to get the block, but they hit it back over to Hedgesville side. That one's going to be a point for Spring Mills. Getting it was Samantha Stevens.
Well, right now, Hedgesville's winning the battle of the first contact. Watch where Spring Mills' setter had been pushing the ball from. Difficult to get a real good set and to run your full offense when you're pushing the ball from 10 and 15 feet off the net.
Serve here for Spring Mills by Alyssa Ryder. Right at Yates. Richmond puts it up for Yates. She's going to tip that one over.
Free.
It's going to go off the net back into Ofogbu.
That's 4.
And miscommunication there between Hedgesville's Van Dyne and Winston gives the point to Spring Mills, 15-14. Hedgesville still leads. Ryder serves again. And this one missed hit by Skyler Yates. She recognizes that she probably should have let her teammate get that one, and we're tied back up at 15 apiece. Melissa Ryder, another serve for Spring Mills. That one goes off the net. Trying to get a little pancake there was Van Dyne, and Spring Mills takes the 16-15 lead.
I almost feel guilty, man. I talked about the battle of the first contact, and Hedgesville comes out, 4 bad first contacts in a row. Spring Mills with the lead.
Ryder again with another serve. It's this one at Yates. Richmond has to recover it. Yates sends that to the back, and it's in. Tied back up at 16 apiece. Back and forth we go, and it's only set number 1. I told you, everybody tuning in, EPAC volleyball, always exciting. Don't miss it. Skyler Yates back to serve again for Hedgesville. Her serve goes into the net. Advantage back to the Spring Mills Cardinals. They lead 17-16. For varsity action, it is a best of 5, so first one to win 3 sets comes away victorious. Samantha Stevens with the serve. That one high and knuckles. Wow.
Yeah.
At first, I thought that was going to just sail all the way out of the basketball court, but the next thing you knew, it was just dropping like a fly. Beautiful.
Yeah, I think Yates had to make an attempt at that, but boy, oh boy, just seems like an awkward approach.
And just the spin on it as well. Look at it. It's doing a front spin, and it's hard to tell where it's exactly going to go as it's back over on the Hedgesville side. Richmond sets it up. Blocked up front by Spring Mills.
Great first contact. Off block. And again, here's an attack from 15 feet, and it's out.
Fogu tried to send a deep free ball. And the score, 18-17, Spring Mills still leads over Hedgesville. Hedgesville is now serving. Serving for the Eagles is the libero, Kelsey Van Dyne. Trying to knuckle that one as well, and it just goes off the net. 19-17, Spring Mills leads.
Write that down. If Hedgesville loses this game, 2 missed serves in a row, right at the midpoint of this game, that's real tough. 2 free points to Spring Mills.
Foglu on to serve. Puts that one. Richmond tries to get it to her teammate. Tries to just tip it over. It gets blocked. Goes off her head of Penny Willis. So the score 20-17 now. Another timeout called. All the momentum on Spring Mills' side. Let's take a 30-second break. The score 20-17, 30 seconds. This is high school volleyball on WRNR and YouTube.
Carpal tunnel syndrome affects 13 million Americans and left untreated can cause long-term debilitation. WVU Medicine Jefferson Medical Center recently became the first hospital in the region to offer carpal tunnel release with ultrasound guidance using the new Sonex Health SX1 microknife. CTR surgery is an outpatient procedure and most patients return to normal activities within 3 to 6 days. For more info, contact WVU Medicine Board Certified Orthopedic Surgeon Brad Wright at 304-725-2663.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Coliseum. Both teams coming back onto the court now after the timeout. This is Colin McLaughlin. Alongside me is James Klein. Spring Mills still serving to Hedgesville as the Cardinals lead 20-17 over the Eagles here in EPAC high school volleyball action. Ofoglu serves right at Yates. Richmond has to come up and get it. Yates just sends a deep free ball over to Spring Mills' side. Foglu hits it off the block of Paisley Miller. 21-17, Spring Mills leads.
The offhand has to pinch off block. Willis need to be covering off block, be prepared for that tool.
So Foglu serves it again.
Oh, shank.
This one's going to go shanking right off the wrists of Elena Harper. So Spring Mills up by 5 now, 22-17.
We call this swinging the other way. So what we've done is you move your middle up, bring the 2 back into serve receive. Presents challenges to the setter. She has to run the whole way across court.
And an ace by Ofoglu makes it 23-17 now. Are you finished there with your comment, Jim? I wasn't
Absolutely,
sure.
yeah. But both coaches were right in pregame. Your questions were dead on. First contact is deciding these games, well, at least this game, these points.
Ofoglu
Perfect
to
pass.
Yates. Richmond sets it for Miller.
Timing's off.
Back over, sending it to the back line. Richmond recovers. This one trying to get it was
Perfect.
Harper.
Man, wasted
sets it
good.
again for Harper.
It's in.
Harper. Ooh. Just misses that one. 24-17 now. Spring Mills with set point opportunity here.
Just a bit outside.
Anafoglu trying to give the 1-0 set lead to Spring Mills if they get the point here against Hedgesville. Off the net, Yates recovers. Richmond up. Back to Yates.
Yeah.
Hard kill. Gets the point for Hedgesville. 24-18. Wow. Just technique beautifully there, setting up the offense.
Yeah, sudden death. It's sudden death. Does Hedgesville have 6 consecutive points in them? That's what we have to see.
So we get a serve from Hedgesville over to the Spring Mill side.
There it is.
And getting the
game over.
Set point. Spring Mills 25, Hedgesville 18. Let's take a 1-minute break, and then we'll be back for set number 2. Again, a 1-minute break. This is high school volleyball on Comcast Channel 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk. See dealer for details.
Volleyball. It's the Hedgesville Eagles and the Spring Mills Cardinals. We're going to set 2 now after Spring Mills victorious in set number 1 by a score of 25-18. This is Colin McLaughlin. Alongside me is Jim Klein. Our cameraman is John Alderton. Back at the studio is Spencer Dupuis. Jim, what did you like there in set number 1, and what are you hoping to see here in set number 2?
Well, you know, I don't mean to belabor the issue, but first contact is what's determining who wins the point. So both teams need to settle down. Well, I mentioned, you know, at 18-17, Hedgesville missed back-to-back serves, and then they never regained their composure. And that's something else that they need to focus on. Excuse me. I told my kids they don't need to serve 100%, but at the same point in time, I don't want them to serve 99%. It's okay to miss, but you got to know when you can miss and when you can't miss. You can't end a run on a service mistake, especially when you're two pretty evenly matched opponents.
As both teams back here, we get started for set number 2. Again, for those of you just tuning in, Spring Mills leads 1-0 against Hedgesville. It is Spring Mills in red on the left side of the court, Hedgesville in white on the right side of the court. The officials just getting some final things ready before they get ready for set number 2. We had JV action before this here on the court, in which Hedgesville swept it 2-0 against Spring Mills. So they're trying to go for a match set here in the Cardinal Coliseum. Didn't get word of how the freshman match went in the gym through the wall directly behind us. Hopefully we hear about that eventually, as both teams just waiting, and we will have both liberos coming in for each team. Again, the libero for Spring Mills is number 8, Liz Greenfield, and for Hedgesville, it's number 8, Kelsey Van Dyne. So we wait and make sure everybody's in serve order as well. As Yates will be the one, I thought, getting substituted. Nope, instead going out is Lexi Winston for Van Dyne. Hedgesville will serve first. It is Emma Sabora, name that we did not call during set one. Let's see how she does. Serves this one at a Fogu, and it goes off her wrists. Hedgesville takes the first point of set one. They lead 1-0.
Yeah, a lot of movement on the ball. Fogu's, she's got to move her feet. Very difficult. Keep her hands down, move her feet, keep that ball perfectly positioned right in the center of her frame. Make that pass. She can't be swinging her arms.
Another serve by Sabora, and that goes off the net. So Spring Mills ties it up, and they didn't have to do anything.
Right, an ace followed by a service error, unfortunately, is nothing.
On to serve for Spring Mills is Ariana Parsley. It's this one to the back line, right in the Rivera of Hedgesville. Yates tips this one over. It's going to go out over towards the Hedgesville bench. 2-1 now. Hedgesville leads.
Yeah, great first pass. And Yates probably could have swung away. She opted to be a little more conservative and find the spot. Resulted in a kill.
Paisley Miller now serves for Hedgesville. This one goes right at Ofogbu. And a beautiful kill there by Spring Mill. Samantha Stevens ties it up at 2 apiece.
Yeah, that's Judge Stevens' daughter. She's a little bit of an awkward approach, but man, she's got a great reach. Incredible follow-through, the way that she snaps her wrist on top of the ball, propelling it down.
Cora Shaw now serving for Spring Mills. Service error as it goes off the net. Hedgesville now leads 3-2.
Yeah, these are early season miscues that I would not expect mid-season.
Paige Richmond now serves for Hedgesville. Ball over to the Spring Mill side. Directly at Shaw. Bumps that one out of bounds over the net. 4-2, Hedgesville leads.
Yeah, I love a setter serving behind the setter. I love serving deep one. Very difficult to get an angle out of this. We called an overlap. So somebody had left their position or did not return to their home position prior to contact.
So 5-2 now. Hedgesville leads Spring Mills.
So 17 was the offender. Parsley was the offender.
They're back in order for this one, and that hit off the overhead basketball hoop there and came straight down. So 6-2, Hedgesville leads Spring Mills.
Yeah, the ceiling and all of its attachments are in play as long as it stays on your side of the court.
So this one knuckles down. Richmond with an ace and a timeout called by Spring Mills. 7-2 is your score. Hedgesville leads. Let's take a 30-second break. This is high school volleyball on WRNR Comcast TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Welcome back inside the Cardinal Coliseum at Spring Mills High School. Hedgesville leads set number 2 against Spring Mills 7-2. It's Hedgesville's Paige Richmond still serving for the Eagles. It's this one over to Spring Mills.
The setter comes way off the net, ends up in a free ball. Hedgesville has got to capitalize. Another bad pass.
Skyler Yates does capitalize. 8-2, Hedgesville leads.
You see what I'm saying? The pass was sent almost to the eastern panhandle. The center had to come all the way off the net, swing her hip to push the ball outside. Yates made a great adjustment, went line, which actually takes more time for her hit to come through the ball. to send it up the line, results in the kill.
Now, are you saying Eastern Panhandle is a figure of speech, or do you actually mean the one on the court?
The pass was to the Eastern Panhandle of the court. Good call, Doc. You are absolutely right.
As Hedgesville gets another point, the score is 9-2 now. Richmond still serving, get a rhythm going for Hedgesville, who trail 1-0. And I had the announcer's jinx there. Hits the net, goes down. Spring Mills gets a point. It's 9-3.
Yep, you said it, not me. I was about to say Spring Mills' serve receive needs to settle down.
Served by Alyssa Ryder. That one going over to the libero for Hedgesville, Kelsey Van Dyne. She hits that one out. 9-4 now. Let's see if Spring Mills can chip away at Hedgesville's lead. This ball has to get recovered. Goes back to Alyssa Ryder.
I never gave more than 2 points without an adjustment. Hedgesville has got to make a play here, or they need to do something different.
This one right back to Van Dyne. Hit by Sabora. Yates sends a free ball over. Afogbu has to come in, as standing there was Gracie Kane. And head coach Haley Wolf not happy with her team there. Some miscommunication makes it 10-4 Hedgesville.
Right. If the setter plays the ball first, and typically what happens is your offhand, in this case it would have been Stevens should be playing the second contact. If that's the way it's coached, that's the way it was in our system.
Skyler Yates with the serve. This one going here towards the bleachers. Free ball over. Richmond sets it up.
Late.
That one going to go back. Having to recover is Spring Mills. They're going to send a free ball over, and Hedgesville capitalize. Richmond sets it up. Skyler,
Just hit off block.
Elena Harper gets the point. 11-4 now.
Yeah, and that you can't ask for a more opportune situation for a miss hit. Harper misses the ball. It grazes off her fingertip, touches the block, drops out of bounds. Point Eagles.
Yates with the serve. Coming in on it is Greenfield.
It's free ball.
Kane with the free ball. Yates.
Low.
Richmond.
She muscled it through.
12-4 Hedgesville leads.
Yeah, low set. She has to accelerate that approach, get there, and she got it through the block.
Yep, Lexi Winston with the point there.
Yeah, Stevens got to get those thumbs up. Strengthen your thumbs. Thumbs up, push.
Yates with another serve right out of Fogbu.
Tip.
This one tipped over. Richmond comes up, gets the set. Harper blocked this time. 12-5. Great defense there by Spring Mills.
Yeah, Roof. Harper didn't miss hit that one. Like hitting in a phone booth with the door closed. Stevens.
Stevens with that knuckleball serve yet again. Richmond for Harper.
Harper feeling it.
Pancake there. Couldn't tell if it was Ofogbu or Greenfield.
Tight. She brought it back.
That one goes out off Winston. Point Spring Mills.
Winston, come on. Not a terrible pass. It was a little bit tight. Center brings the ball back into play. Winston, it's your shot for the kill. You steal the assist.
Samantha Stevens back to serve again for Spring Mills. That one knuckles again. Yates has to drop low and recover it. Another block by Ofogbu. Spring Mills only trails by 5. The score is 12-7.
Richmond's got to cover off block. Come on. Couple blocks here in a row.
Stevens with her third serve. This one, an ace. I don't know how she does it, Jim. Do you? Each time, it's just dropping.
It looks like some kind of topspin situation. I don't know. Again, she has a little hitch at the end of her approach, but she has great wrist action. She really has the ability to snap and move the ball in an unusual situation. That's in.
She gets that one, another ace.
Definitely in.
Spring Mills was down almost by 10. It's made it within 3.
We don't need the U.S. Open to be telling us that one was in. What do you think about that? No more lines, people.
A 30-second break now via timeout. Again, a 30-second break. This is high school volleyball on WRNR TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube.
Let's talk trash, because when it comes to trash, you have options. Panhandle Dumpsters is a local family-owned garbage hauling company serving both residential and commercial customers with weekly trash pickup, dumpster service, yard waste pickup, and bulk pickups too. Panhandle Dumpsters will give you a free trash can and provide curbside service for just $23 a month. Panhandle Dumpsters features a fleet of quieter, eco-friendly garbage trucks, thereby reducing the noise usually associated with pickup. Switch now and save up to 30%. Call 833-DUMP-STR, panhandledumpsters.com.
Welcome back to Spring Mills High School inside the Cardinal Coliseum. Spring Mills trails Hedgesville 12-9 in set number 2. However, the advantage right now in momentum is on Spring Mills' side. And this one served by Stevens over to Hedgesville. Richmond gets it down, but a free ball opportunity now for Ofogbu with Spring Mills. She gets the point, 12-10. Spring Mills still trailing, but slowly and surely coming back.
Did you just call me Shirley?
I can't remember the line. I'm blanking now.
It's okay.
I know the reference. I'll get it.
Out. Surely you know better.
Error. Hedgesville 13, Spring Mills 10. On to serve now is Kelsey Van Dyne. Serve right at Greenfield, who has to die for it and gets it. I think that's for his. It doesn't matter anyway, as it went under the net. Point Spring Mills. 13-11's your score in set number 2. Hedgesville still leads.
Never liked that call. Used to be if there was no interference with the play, then it was okay if you crossed the line.
Fobu serves it at Yates. Going up and getting it is Elena Harper, making it 14-11 Hedgesville. Danica Probst enters the game and will serve now for Hedgesville.
Important serve.
This one Greenfield tried to get, and it goes out. 15-11 now, Hedgesville.
Yeah, find that soft belly of the zone there, right in the center of the court.
Probst, another serve. This one out of Fogbu. And getting the block is Paisley Miller, and the point for Hedgesville, 16-11 now. Hedgesville trying to break away here again in set number 2.
And these masks make it difficult. I'm not sure if Wolf was questioning whether or not the ball had entered the plane of the net.
Serving to Spring Mills. Greenfield bumps it. Getting it over the net is Kane. Richmond for Paisley.
This is a nice play.
Sends a deep free ball.
That's a roll.
And another free ball over to the Spring Mills side. Kane.
Never went.
It's blocked there in the middle.
Don't know about that.
Yates has hers blocked. Spring Mills point. Gracie Kane fires up her team. Scores 16-12.
Yeah, the same principle applies to back row hitting as middle hitters. You cannot hit straight. Spring Mills committed to defense. They're blocking the back row attack, and it worked.
Liz Greenfield, soft serve. Gets it to Skyler Yates.
Harper.
And with the point is Harper.
Harper with the kill. She was very tentative early in the match. She had a miss-hit kill. Ever since that point with the miss-hit, she's swinging away. She's got blocked a couple times. Short memory, big swing. That's what I like to see.
And after that, Harper now subbed out. Coming in for her is Emma Sabora, and she will serve. The score is 17-12. Hedgesville leads Spring Mills in set number 2. However, Spring Mills leads 1-0. Service error by Sabora makes it 17-13. We have a substitution coming now for Spring Mills. Entering is Samantha Stevens for Isabel Bolyard. Serve is Ariana Parsley. Hits it right at Van Dyne. Can Hedgesville recover? Richmond calls it. She sends it over. Ofogbu.
Perfect pass.
Spring Mills trying to capitalize. Off the block. They do capitalize. 17-14.
Great hustle by Hedgesville. All for naught.
Parsley serves again for the Spring Mills Cardinals. They trail by 3. This one right at Skyler Yates. Richmond sets it over for Miller. Miller sends it right at Parsley. Ofogbu. A hard free ball by Ryder. Richmond gets another set. And just tipping it over is Yates. Ofogbu has to hit it to the back line. And that one gets right back over. Spring Mills sets it up. And they just tip it over. Almost went in. But recovering is Van Dyne.
Too many free balls. Great spot, though. That is in.
Beautiful accuracy by Emma Sabora on that back line, getting the deep free ball to work to her advantage. 18-14, Hedgesville leads.
Yeah, 3 or 4 free balls right in the middle of the court, which normally you would use. A free ball to the center of the court, right in the middle and shallow, that slows down the offense.
Timeout called. Let's keep it here as we're in set number 2. The score is 18-14. Hedgesville leads Spring Mills. Spring Mills won the first set 25-18. For those of you that are unfamiliar with high school volleyball, it's a best of 5 for varsity action. So the first team to win 3 sets is the victorious one. However, for JV action, which we saw earlier, that's a best 2 out of 3. And Hedgesville got the sweep, winning the 2 sets by a final score of 25-13 and then 25-9. This is Colin McLaughlin. Alongside me is Jim Klein. Our cameraman is John Alderton. Back at the studio is Spencer Dupuis. Or inside Spring Mills High School is Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference volleyball action for you. Thank you for tuning in. I'd like to thank our sponsors as well as this one. Paisley Miller serves for Hedgesville. Tipping it over. Yates recovers it for Hedgesville. She's going to try to get the kill and does so, making it 19-14. Beautiful play there, all by Yates that round. And Hedgesville will be serving again with Paisley Miller. Hedgesville leads by 5. Trying to even up the match at 1 apiece. They're 6 points away. Miller serves it at Ofogbu, and it hits off the wire on the net. 20-14 now, Hedgesville leads. Being a baseball guy, Jim, never understood why that is technically out. I'd always think it's like a fair/foul pole. As another point goes to Hedgesville, 21-14. You know why? Any chance that you could explain why the pole is there on the net?
No, and I'm telling you, it doesn't make sense. I agree with you, because if the net's going to be in play on the serve, then why not give the server or the attacker the opportunity to use the antenna as well?
21-14. Miller serves it to Spring Mills. Going up and hitting it down hard, getting the point for the Cardinals is Samantha Stevens.
Yeah, Stevens just has great reach. I mean, her elbow is way up above her eyes. Great follow through. It's a good swing, good kill.
Spring Mills to serve now. They trail 21-15 against Hedgesville. Serving for Spring Mills is Cora Shaw. Going to send a line drive serve. Richmond has to hit it up. Coming forward on it is Winston. Hits it over. Spring Mills. Ofogbu sends it back and gets the point. 21-16 now. Spring Mills only trails by 5 against Hedgesville.
Hedgesville needs to calm down, make a good first pass.
Hedgesville 4 points away from taking set number 2. Spring Mills trying to come back and keep the match lead. So this serve goes to that back line. Richmond bumps it up. It's going right at the net. And a mental mistake, it seemed like, there by Spring Mills. And giveaway point, avoiding a bullet for Hedgesville, making it 22-16.
Yeah, Stevens just jumped a tad too soon. She was right there. I thought for sure she was going to stuff that.
Serve. Back and forth we go. It's on the Spring Mills side now. Ofogbu up. Hitting it down in no man's land, 22-17. She gets the point for Spring Mills.
Yeah, Willis got to reach for that big time, man. She hit that over the block.
Spring Mill serving. Alyssa Ryder back there for it. Ryder serve, drops low, and just missing it is Skyler Yates, so the point goes to Spring Mills. They now have 18, but still trail by 4.
Gut check time. Hedgesville does not want this to get closer.
Another one by Ryder. That's going to go over and out. Point goes to Hedgesville, 23-18.
Yeah, see, if you're in good position in serve receive, the shoulder tells you whether or not it's in or not. Let that ball sail. If it gets to your shoulder, it's got to be out.
Skyler Yates serving for Hedgesville. That one
Tight.
going at Shaw. Back and forth, and everybody falling down. Spring Mills couldn't recover.
Game point.
And we get set point here for Hedgesville. Scores 24-18. Skyler Yates put set number 2 away and even the series at 1 apiece. Yes, an ace for Hedgesville, 25-18. Hedgesville makes it 1-1. A 1-minute break, and then we'll send it to set number 3. Again, a 1-minute break. This is high school volleyball on Comcast TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
The Mid-Atlantic Group has been serving the area's insurance needs for 40 years. We are an independent insurance agency, therefore we can offer insurance from many insurance companies, find the right coverage at the right price with easy payment plan. Located at 201 West Martin Street in Martinsburg, the Mid-Atlantic Group is easily accessible from Morgan, Jefferson, and Berkeley County. To set up an appointment with a local insurance professional, give them a call today at 304-267-8989. That's the Mid-Atlantic Group at 201 West Martin Street in Martinsburg. Let them help insure you today.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Inside the Cardinal Coliseum, Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Jim Klein. Cameraman is John Alderton. Back at the studio is Spencer Dupuis. We're heading to set number 3, tied at 1-1 between Hedgesville and Spring Mills, as both sets have gone final by a score of 25-18. Spring Mills won the first one, Hedgesville just won the second one. And Jim, it's been great so far. What I expected, as it's always close in the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference, and it's exactly basically what we saw last year between these two. It was always close matches up until the regional tournament in which Hedgesville came away with the sweep. But other than that, it was Spring Mills being victorious in the regular season, but it was always close nonetheless.
Yeah, both teams have a ton of offense. The ability to run the offense right now is key. And I feel like I'm beating a dead horse. First contact, so important. They've got to get to focus on executing the pass. I never like seeing the same mistake occur twice. So whether or not it's swing the other way, changing your serve-receive rotation, you can drop the middle back. Sometimes even just enough to create a type of decoy situation where someone else gives the appearance that they're involved in the serve-receive, just to mess with the mind of the server. And I'm not seeing very many adjustments, lots of timeouts, lots of first serve errors, lots of serve-receive issues, out-of-system type play. And there were a couple times where we saw free ball followed by free ball followed by free ball. That's unheard of. You really need to settle down and run your offense. That's what I'm hoping to see as these teams settle down here. Best of 3 now wins.
Other Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference matches taking place tonight. You have Martinsburg at Jefferson and Musselman at Washington. We'll give you the results of those tomorrow from noon till 1. I'll be on the Sports Mix with Spencer Dupuis and Nick Verzolini on Talk Radio WRNR at 106.5 FM and 740 AM, as well as our Facebook page, TV 10, and on Comcast TV 10 as well. We'll also recap what happens here tonight as we're getting ready to start set number 3, it will be Spring Mills serving to Hedgesville. Back serving for Spring Mills is Ariana Parsley. This one goes right at Skyler Yates. Richmond puts it up for Miller, and she sends it to the back line. Just goes out. First point of set number 3 goes to Spring Mills. Ariana Parsley back to serve again for the Cardinals. It's a 2-3-1 setup now defensively as this one goes right off the net, so Hedgesville gets an easy point and the serve advantage. Paisley Miller, it looks like, will be the first to serve for Hedgesville here in set number 3. As it's 1-1. 4-person back line set up for Spring Mills as they shift around now. Bump comes up by Parsley, and a free ball sent over by Shaw. Richmond sets it up for Yates. That one looks like was in, hitting an official as well who had to dodge it. And she was dodging it so much he didn't even get to rule if it was in or out. Everybody else saw that it was in, though. Hedgesville 2-1 now leads against Spring Mills.
Take that.
I wouldn't want to be in the way of a Skyler Yates spike anyway.
Not.
Yeah.
No way. That's why you have that down official. He could have called that.
Miller serves to Spring Mills. Ofogbu bumps it up. Here comes the kill for Spring Mills, recovering it, sending it over quickly as it goes out of bounds. So 2 apiece now between Spring Mills and Hedgesville. That one I almost thought was so quick it was just going to catch Spring Mills off guard and be in for Hedgesville, but it just missed there on that far side. Cora Shaw on to serve for Spring Mills. That one just going to hit the net and then roll off it and to the ground. 3-2 Spring Mills leads. Always hate that when you're the opposite team. You're always ready for it, and next thing you know, it's dropping dead and you're not able to get there. Cora Shaw, the starting outside hitter, serves it again. This one going into the middle and having to just send over a deep free ball, and it hit the line and in. Wow, Spring Mills thought it was going to go out, and it just stayed in. Great heads-up play there by Danica Probst. I think she was surprised as well, as it's tied at 3 apiece now. Hedgesville serving. Serving is Paige Richmond. It's this one over to Shaw. Setting it up and getting blocked, but off the block and out of bounds, point Spring Mills.
Yep, he signaled it, that was touched. So from my point of view, it didn't look like the ball crossed the tape, but he identified it.
Serving for Spring Mills is Alyssa Ryder. With some backspin as Skyler Yates gets it. Richmond sets it up, and that one hit up by Willis. Yates now trying to get it. Willis saves it, has to get out of the way. Richmond just sends it up, and Van Dyne sends a deep free ball over, and miss hit there. Trying to see who it was by Spring Mills as the point goes to Hedgesville. That one goes off the hands wrong by Ariana Parsley. The score tied at 4 apiece. Or in set number 3 of the best of 5. Series is 1-1 as Skyler Yates serves for Hedgesville. Goes right at Cora Shaw. Samantha Stevens gets it for Spring Mills. Richmond sets it for Hedgesville. Ofogbu gets blocked. That's going to go to the back. Quickly recovering is Shaw. Pushing it over is Kane. And that one out. Point Hedgesville. 5-4 is the score. They lead. That one was really close, but just barely out on this near side. Yates serves this one, and that's going to go low right at Shaw in the middle. And this one gets blocked and has a backspin. Stevens couldn't get out of the way. Tied up at 5 now. Spring Mill serves.
Yeah, Stevens, she just put so much topspin on the ball. You were dead right. So much topspin on the ball that it just climbs up over the net or over the block. Great situation.
Now we'll see that topspin serve that she has as her specialty. This one high, over, and drops on the line, and they call it out. Point Hedgesville. That one was really, really close. I thought it might have just stayed in, but the official's closer, makes the call.
Yeah, and the serve receive was so far up, anticipating the topspin that the bottom's going to drop out. All they could do was guess, hoping that it was out.
Kelsey Van Dyne now serves for Hedgesville as they lead 6-5. Make it 6-6 as it's a service error off the net. So the serve goes back to Ofogbu for Spring Mills.
Yeah, we call that inline karma. You know what I mean? Like, did it touch the line? Did it not touch the line? Well, serve it into the net. We'll call it inline karma.
And Ofogbu serves for Spring Mills. This one goes right at Willis. Pushing it over is Harper. Ball up, and Van Dyne hits it, but she can't hit it a second time. Her teammates didn't help her out. Point Spring Mills. They take the lead 7-6 in set 3. Some miscommunication now as Joy Van Dyne, the head coach, talking to her team. It's to back away so we can get set back up. Hedgesville just trying to regroup as they trail by 1. Serve now by Ofogbu again for Spring Mills. Will be here now. Over the net at Skyler Yates. Richmond up, Miller right at Spring Mills Bolyard. And the point with the roof, beautiful there by Paisley Miller to tie it at 7 apiece. What a match so far it's been, as it's 1-1. Both teams have been victorious in sets 1 and 2 by scores of 25-18, and back and forth we go here, tied 7 apiece. And an ace, Hedgesville now leads 8-7. A low one by Danica Probst just goes right before hitting the hands of Greenfield onto the court. Probst another one, this time going over at Shaw. Setting it is Parsley, and hitting it over now. Spring Mills gets it, and that's going to go off the Cardinal player and out. Bolyard gives the point to Hedgesville. They now lead 9-7 over Spring Mills. Third serve here for Hedgesville.
Oh my.
Number 11, Danica Probst, and that one just way out. Score 9-8. Greenfield serving now for Spring Mills. And get that one to the back line. Richmond had to try to tip it up. Wow. Van Dyne on the ground, recovered, but was unable to get it back to a teammate for the pass. We're tied up at 9 apiece now.
Yeah, Richmond with an awesome one-handed save. Just no one there to reap the benefit of the attempted dig.
Liz Greenfield, the libero for Spring Mills, serving. Sends it to the back line. Richmond sets it up. Miller off the block and out. 10-9, Hedgesville leads Spring Mills. Back and forth we continue to go in set number 3. So we have a substitute coming in now. Going out is Elena Harper for Hedgesville. Entering is number 6, Emma Sabora, who will serve. Sabora serve goes to the left, out of play. 10-10 is the score. Spring Mills will serve. Substitute for Spring Mills coming in is Samantha Stevens. Exiting is Isabel Bolyard. Serving for the Spring Mills Cardinals is Ariana Parsley. Parsley with the ball in her hand, serves it over to Hedgesville.
Good serve, way off the net. Real tough angle.
Yates just has to send
down
it over.
Ball.
Going up and getting it blocked. Greenfield recovers for Spring Mills. And Ofogbu tries to get the kill, goes off the net and back to her team. Hedgesville leads 11-10 now.
Yeah, both teams right now in this little lull are setting from 10 to 12 feet from the net, making very tough angles.
Miller serves it at Greenfield.
So she's standing on the 10 line in a back set.
And miss hitting it as Cora Shaw never went over the net, just stayed to the side 12-10 Hedgesville leads now.
A very acute angle for that offhand hitter to try and to take some type of an approach and make contact, and she just mishit.
Paisley Miller, another serve for Hedgesville. Sends that deep to Afoglu.
Out of system,
run up and
free
Parsley
ball.
getting it. Afoglu has to send the free ball. Yates.
Perfect pass.
Richmond sets it for her. That one blocked, staying in, recovering. Yates just sets it over. Great recover, though,
I think
by
that's in.
Props. And getting the point for Hedgesville. They lead 13-10 now. I was looking down to identify the great dig by Props. What happened there?
Yeah, Yates sends it in two. She dumps the ball right into the 10 line, right at the one base on defense. I'm not even sure the linesman saw the call. The up ref called the point.
It's getting up, and Ryder tries to get the point. Richmond got it.
In two.
Yates with the kill. 14-10 Hedgesville leads, and we'll have a timeout called by Spring Mills. We'll take the 30-second timeout with them. The score 14-10. Hedgesville leads Spring Mills. This is high school volleyball on Comcast TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
When you've been in a wreck, you're hurting, you're confused, the insurance company's calling you.
Insurance companies are not your friend. They have a duty to their shareholders, not to you. That's why you need to call us to make sure that you are maximizing what you are entitled to.
We've recovered over $100 million for our clients. Every case is different, no result is guaranteed. But one thing's for sure, we'll treat you like family.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Coliseum at Spring Mills High School. Hedgesville 14, Spring Mills 10. We're in set 3 as the match is tied at 1-1 between these two Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference opponents. This is Colin McLaughlin. Alongside me is Jim Klein. Our cameraman is John Alderton. Back at the studio is Spencer Dupuis.
I agree with Coach Wolf calling the timeout. Both points came as a result of out-of-system plays, both from Yates taking the ball in two. But it's good that she settled the team down now. Good pass, good set, and a hitting error by Stevens. Unfortunately, the timeout does not pay off immediately, but I really do think it was a good call. Focus on your serve receive again right now. Get the point back. 11-15 is not out of reach, but they can't let this leak too much further.
Paisley Miller for Hedgesville still on to serve. This one sent to the back line at Greenfield. Parsley comes in, sets it for Ryder.
Oh, chase
sets that one over. Here comes Yates. She just tips that one over. Sets this one. Richmond sets it for Yates.
Line.
Absolute bullet. 16-10 Hedgesville.
They're late. The block is late getting to the outside. They've got plenty of size there. They have the ability to stop that. But Yates' right hip comes through the ball first, which propels the ball more to line away from the block. Just can't stop that. You got to be quicker. Got to set that base a lot faster.
That's why she was named the West Virginia Gatorade Athlete of the Year for high school volleyball last year. And an ace, Hedgesville, they now lead 17-10 in set 3, trying to pull away and take the match lead. Paisley Miller continues to do great back there for the service.
But again, see, I'd like to see some type of adjustment in the serve receive. You could drop Stevens into the serve receive even if she's not playing the ball.
And a miss hit by Afoglu. 18-10 now. Hedgesville continues to pull away in set 3. Spring Mills needs to recover. They're going to call a timeout to try to regroup. Down 8. We'll keep it here, though, for now. Instead of taking a 30-second break, as I said, Hedgesville leads 18-10 here in set number 3. It's a best of 5. Both teams have won one set apiece so far, Jim.
Yeah, and so here's the tough situation now for Spring Mills. Let's just say you do side out. You score the point at 11-18. The problem is now you've blown both timeouts. You've got to figure out a way to make adjustments in the 25-point game where you're not necessarily calling a timeout to try and change the momentum. You swing the other way. Maybe for one play you don't have the setter take the second ball. The setter can set up in the serve receive, and your offhand, your opposite, could take the second ball just to get the offense running, to get into some type of a defensive position. Right now what you're doing is giving up aces, sending the ball over and free, and allowing Hedgesville to run its complete offense, and they're paying. And now you dug a hole. No timeouts left. 10-18. Hedgesville's at the end line with a chance to go up by 9.
For those of you tuning in on our YouTube page, make sure to hit subscribe so you can see our other broadcasts and get alerts for when we go live. I'll give you the upcoming broadcasts later on as we're back in play here at the Cardinal Coliseum. Yates tries to hit it over Hedgesville. Richmond recovers it after Spring Mills got the block. And this one off block, getting the point for Spring Mills was number 14, Cora Shaw.
Yeah, Shaw with a great swing. She muscled it right into the block. Middle's a little bit late, goes out.
After Shaw gets that point for Spring Mill, she's back to serve now as they trail 18-11 against Hedgesville in set number 3. Her serve right at Skyler Yates. Bumping it up is Probst. Yates sends a deep free ball over, that one going high, almost hitting the ceiling. Ofogbu recovers, hits the net, so no block, but a point nonetheless for Hedgesville. They are now up 19-11.
Yeah, she can't take a full approach. She was 7 feet off the net when she's swinging. So she's taking an abbreviated approach, almost like a half-step approach to try and swing. No momentum coming into the net.
Serve here by Richmond for Hedgesville. Ofogbu gets this one. Digging it is Sabora.
All right, make them pay for the free.
The Parsley coming up and getting it blocked with Stevens. She has to try to send it over.
Mental.
And a mental mistake by Alyssa Ryder gives the point to Hedgesville. They are now up by 9, 20-11.
Yeah, that looked like frustration. That's the first time that I saw something, a reaction that looked like a little bit of frustration. She needs to shake that off.
Paige Richmond serve right at Anofoglu. Quick tip over by Parsley. Hedgesville gets that one in. Great spike by Penny Willis. Hedgesville now up by 10. That's the largest lead here in this set.
Yeah, she adjusted the approach. Shaw kind of got out of position. I mean, a deep 6, she needs to rotate deeper to the line. To me, that was a very playable defensive ball.
This one served by Hedgesville over to Spring Mills, coming
Tough
up
angle.
and getting the point. I think it might have been tipped as well. 21-12 now.
Yeah, I think that's off Winston.
So Spring Mills will serve. Back to serve for the Cardinals is number 16, Alyssa Ryder. Ryder serve, going to go over and out of bounds. 22-12 now, Hedgesville leads. And Skyler Yates, who we saw be the final server in the last set to give Hedgesville the victory, will now try to get 3 more points to get the victory in this one as well. And this one, Ofogbu has to come in quickly and get. She's now going to spike that one over to the back line. Richmond recovers, and it's going to just fade, go off the court. Diving for it and missing was Lexi Winston. The point goes to Spring Mills.
Yeah, it requires a lot of awareness when the setter plays the first ball like that, especially it's a hard-driven ball. The front row is moving off the net in transition. You have to turn and find the ball and realize that when the setter made the play.
Samantha Stevens with the serve.
Oh, miss hit.
She mishits that one. You could tell right as it went off her hand.
Yep.
So 23-13, Hedgesville with the lead. Kelsey Van Dyne, the libero for Hedgesville, on to serve. This one at Ofogbu.
Trouble. Yeah, that's an ace.
And an ace. Something that I've noticed a lot by Hedgesville so far throughout the entire match. They love targeting Ofogbu there, trying to see if her first hit is accurate or not. 24-13 is the score. Let's see if Van Dyne does it again. Van Dyne serve at Greenfield, who has to dive for it. Coming up and hitting it over is Shaw, and Hedgesville gets set number 3. They now lead 2-1. The final in this one is 25-13. Let's take a 1-minute break, and then we'll be back for set number 4. Again, a 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on Comcast TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Let's talk trash, because when it comes to trash, you have options. Panhandle Dumpsters is a local family-owned garbage hauling company serving both residential and commercial customers with weekly trash pickup, dumpster service, yard waste pickup, and bulk pickups too. Panhandle Dumpsters will give you a free trash can and provide curbside service for just $23 a month. Panhandle Dumpsters features a fleet of quieter, eco-friendly garbage trucks, thereby reducing the noise usually associated with pickup. Switch now and save up to 30%. Call 833-DUMP-STR, panhandledumpsters.com.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Coliseum at Spring Mills High School. We're heading to set number 4. Hedgesville leads 2-1 over Spring Mills. So I was saying earlier, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to hit subscribe and turn your alerts on so that you can always know when we are going live to bring you local high school sports as well as some Shepherd University sports. And let's now look at our upcoming broadcasts. This Thursday, September 9th on TV 10 and WRNR TV YouTube page only. It'll be high school volleyball, Berkeley Springs at Martinsburg for JV and varsity action. That'll be starting at 5:45 for our coverage. Then on Friday, September 10th, week number 3 for Martinsburg football as they take on Sharando. It's the home opener for the Bulldogs. 6 p.m. pregame if you can't make it to that one. 7 o'clock kickoff. And then on Saturday, September 11th, Shepherd back on the road at Gannon on TV 10 only and our YouTube page as well. The pregame for that one will be at 11:30 in the morning. Kickoff is at noon.
Yeah, good call, Colin, man. I tell you what, I've gone back through those WRNR TV on YouTube videos. I learned a ton from guys like Matt Crawford, a great tutor, mentor to me, Matt Miller, even Phil McCoy, watching all those old Musselman teams, all that footage. It's a great opportunity to support local sports. I highly encourage you to follow TV 10 on Facebook, WRNR TV on YouTube. Colin, you guys, Nick, Spencer, do a great job. Love watching Sports Mix every day at noon. I'm just happy to be a part of this team right now. And we're having a great time tonight. Here it is. Set number 4, Hedgesville in the driver's seat, up 2-1. What's going to happen, Colin? What's your prediction, man?
I don't like making predictions when I'm broadcasting again.
Oh, there we go.
So
there we
if
go.
I'm doing something else, I'll always try to make predictions when it comes to other things. But when I'm doing a play-by-play, I never like to make a prediction.
You're real good at picking the wrong football team is what you're good at.
No,
you're real good at not picking the Terps. That's what you're good at.
I'll never pick the Terps in that
one. 1-0, baby. Here we go.
So we're back here for set number 4. Hedgesville on to serve to Spring Mills. Foglu with it, hitting it over, and that one getting in. Cora Shaw gives the first point to the Spring Mills Cardinals.
Yeah, absolutely. Great set by Parsley. She was 11 feet off the net. She pushed the ball into play for the kill. Not a great pass to start this fourth set, but it still worked in Spring Mills' favor.
Ariana Parsley now serving for Spring Mills. So we wait for her to serve, and she does.
Tight pass.
Richmond recovering it off the net. Yates tried to hit it over, miss, hits it 2-0. Spring Mills leads in set number 4.
Settle down. Nothing hurt there. Come on.
Ariana Parsley serving again. Here at the Cardinal Coliseum, a brand new court, at least when it comes to the paint. Beautiful mid-court logo there for those of you watching. Changed over the offseason as Yates hits this one up for Hedgesville. Diving for it and just missing. Giving the point to Hedgesville. Cora Shaw tried to keep it alive for Spring Mills.
Yeah, Yates has figured out to go line. Stevens has not figured out that she's got to put her nose on Yates' right hand and press with her right hand to take away line.
Ofogbo hits that one over the chairs of the Spring Mills bench so nobody can get to it. Hedgesville ties it up at 2 apiece in set number 4. Foglu now talking to her head coach, Haley Wolf, just trying to figure out what she needs to do to stop hitting it there off the serve. It's Paisley Miller serving again for Hedgesville, and she's going to attack Ofoglu again. She gets low. Beautiful stop
Free ball.
there. She's having to send a free ball that's going to go to the near line.
Hands.
Richmond sets it up. Yates, bullet right at Ariana Parsley. She had the hit, but since it was so fast, she never really could direct it.
It's athleticism right there, because that ball was set very tight, very low. Yates has to accelerate, maintain body control so that she's not looking like a flounder hanging in that net.
3-2 is the score. Hedgesville leads. Make it 3-3. Beautiful play there. I believe that was Stevens.
Stevens just has an incredible reach. The ball was behind the plane of her body. Actually, they teach hitters that you want the ball to be in front of the plane of your body so that when your hand makes contact on the top of the ball, you propel it down. She has the ability to hit the ball flush with the plane of her body and even behind her because of her follow-through.
Cora Shaw with the serve for Spring Mills. Richmond sets it up. Skyler Yates jumps up, tries to hit it in the middle of the defense for Spring Mills. Recovering it is Parsley. Hitting it over and out, I believe, was Ofogbu. Hedgesville leads 4-3.
Yep, no approach for Ofogbu. There's nowhere for her to go. The ball is set 12 feet off the net.
Hedgesville leads 2-1. If they're victorious in this one, it's game over. Richmond with the serve. Greenfield gets it.
15 feet off.
Sets it up.
Roof.
Two roofs coming in for Hedgesville. Let's see if they can get a second one.
No.
Nope. Beautiful play by Ofogbu to tie it up at 4 apiece.
Yeah, so Ofogbu gets the kill there, but if I'm coach, you know what I'm telling her? She has got to get back and be prepared to take an approach to get her full swing, because that was a good pass, and there was an opportunity for a good set, but she's stationary. She needs to work on transition to get back so that she can move forward.
Served by Spring Mills to Skyler Yates from Melissa Ryder. Getting it. Hitting it too hard is Willis. Goes out. Spring Mills now leads 5-4. Spring Mills trying to stay alive here in this match. They cannot lose any more sets if they want to come away victorious. Melissa Ryder serves this one, and that's going to go way out. You could see it continue to float. Tied up at 5 now. Hedgesville on to serve is Skyler Yates. Yates, a pure athlete. She was the West Virginia Volleyball Gatorade Athlete of the Year, the first ever female Journal Athlete of the Year, and she gets the ace there. Another accolade for her. She is a state champion in high school pole vaulting. She had a pole vault of 10 feet 1 inch last year. The school record, as she has a service error now, the score is 6-6.
Just for comparison, Colin, the net is 7 feet 4 1/4 inches. That 10-foot pole vault, she's clearing the antenna.
The way I was going to pair it was basically to a basketball hoop, as that's
there you go.
Typically 10 feet. So she was going over top of where the rim sits by an inch. So basically a slam dunk.
Yeah, I could use a mini tramp and can't get that high.
6-6 is the score. The ball on Spring Mills side now. Goes off the net. Miss hit by Bolyard, giving the advantage to Hedgesville 7-6. Or in set number 4 of a best of 5, Hedgesville leads 2-1. Kelsey Van Dyne with it. Here's the serve for Hedgesville. Greenfield has to dive for it, gets it. Ofogbu hits it off the block. Recovering is Van Dyne, hitting it over.
Oh,
Beautiful
no.
play there by Yates and gets the point. Wow. Tremendous play by Skyler Yates, making it 8-6. Hedgesville's advantage.
They stuck with it. I'm not sure I'm going to say that's a beautiful play. They stuck with it.
Ofogbu trying to push it over, hits the net, gets the point. Sneaky play getting the point for Spring Mills.
Her confidence, I believe, may be a little bit pressed right now. Again, she received the set somewhere in that 7-foot, 8-foot range. No approach. She pushed the ball through the tape.
Let's see if she can build her confidence with the serve. Ofogbu serve now. Going right to the back line and gets bumped right back over to Spring Mills. Free ball opportunity. Kane with it. Hits it at Yates. Yates gets it. Richmond sets it over here for Harper. Ofogbu recovers, coming in, up on it, sending a deep free ball to Yates. Richmond. Hedgesville now hits it on that far side. Free ball by Ofogbu. Coming in on it is Van Dyne. Richmond has to send it up. Harper sends it back at Ofogbu. Quick tip over.
No play.
And a point. Spring Mills ties it up at 8. Beautiful back and forth volley. Ultimately, Spring Mills was just able to get the final nudge there to tie it up.
We call that a setter dump. Setter dumped the ball in 2. Not a big fan, but it worked.
Ofogbu with the serve. Hits it at Skyler Yates, who crouches down for it. Richmond
Good adjustment.
Harper. This one coming over and out. Trying to recover all the way on the opposite side was Ariana Parsley. She was unable to hit it back because of the spin, so Hedgesville now leads 9-8.
Yeah, Parsley would have had to bump that ball backwards behind the referee, staying outside of play, and then back over between the antenna. Very difficult play, but she went for it, man.
Serve by Hedgesville. Spring Mills just bumps it back over. Yates for Harper. Harper hits it right at the chest of Shaw. Ofogbu has to send a close free ball.
Reach.
Harper gets it right by Ofogbu. 10-8, Hedgesville leads.
And I heard someone in the stands holler at the Spring Mills team, hit the ball. And, you know, I'm feeling the exact same way. Lots of tips, lots of dumps, lots of dinks. Spring Mills needs to run some offense here. We need to see some approaches.
Greenfield
free
hits
ball.
it up. This one going to just be pushed back over.
Called that.
Harper tries to send it back, quickly getting up, almost hitting the head of Richmond, but able to recover it was Probst.
Yep. So what we witnessed was a free ball, 10-line attack error. Real tough to perform at a high level with answering a free ball with a free ball, and then third contact being a 10-line hitting error.
11-8 your score.
Talk.
Richmond sets it up for Miller.
I don't know if that's going to go. I'm not sure why that's not 4 contacts, but
Ofogbu hits it. Covers.
Jousts.
Net comes back. Van Dyne gets it. Harper sends a free ball over. Ofogbu. Parsley for Stevens. Gets blocked by Miller. 12-8. Hedgesville up by 4. Timeout. Spring Mills will take a 30-second break. We're in set number 4. Hedgesville leads by 4. A 30-second break. This is high school volleyball on WRNR TV, Comcast Channel 10, and WRNR TV on YouTube.
The Honda Civic and the Accord are uniquely stylish in their own way. But do you know what they have in common? Reliability and comfort? Sure. Available turbocharged engines? Of course. But also, the driver, having fun for no reason, except for the thrill of driving a Honda. Kelley Blue Book's 2021 Best Value Brand.
Miller Honda, south of Winchester, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. www.mymillerhonda.com.
Based on 2021 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit kbp.com for more information.
Back here at Spring Mills High School, Colin McLaughlin alongside me is Jim Klein. Our cameraman's John Alderton. Back at the studio, Spencer Dupuis. Hedgesville leads 12-8 in set number 4 for those of you tuning in. Hedgesville also leads 2-1. Set number 1, Spring Mills 125-18 as a service error by Hedgesville, making it 12-9. Let's go back to the recap. Set number 2, Hedgesville won 25-18, and then set number 3, they won 25-13. 12-9's the score here in set number 4. Hedgesville leads. Here's the serve by Spring Mills libero Liz Greenfield. That one going to the back, and miss-hitting it is Probst. So the score now 12-10. We've seen this the majority of the game. It's just back and forth. The rallies. Hedgesville will take a substantial lead, and then Spring Mills will just tip it back up and tie it up. They haven't led this set yet. Let's see what they can do now. Greenfield sets it right back. Richmond up. Skyler Yates gets it blocked. Trying to see who that was, making it 12-11. Looks like it was Alyssa Ryder with it.
The serve receive is up so far. They're 1/3 of the way inside the 3-point line, So the pass was way off the net. Tough angle, very tough angle. Look how far up they are, almost to mid-court.
Served by Liz Greenfield. Over to the opposite libero, Kelsey Van Dyne. Richmond has to go into the scores table to make the recovery. Van Dyne, Richmond sets it up.
Tight.
Harper to the
That's
back,
in.
and that's in. 13-12, great play by Harper for Hedgesville.
Yeah, the physics of defense is it's easier to move forward than backward. So you work deep and then up. And you can always pinch and you can always slide someone from the front row back. I'm surprised that Hedgesville failed to adjust to the serve after, 3 in a row.
Paige Elliott now enters for Hedgesville. First time calling her name tonight with the serve. She now has to get this one over. Yates just tips it to the back line of Fobu. Parsley sending it over to Shaw. That one's going to go out. Another point for Hedgesville. Hedgesville now leads 14-11 in set number 4 over Spring Mills. Elliott serve out of Fobu. Parsley sets it up. Getting it is Ryder. And getting the block was Richmond and Miller, I believe, making it 15-11 Hedgesville. Serve right out of Fobu again. And that one just going to go off the net. Miller was ready to block it, but never had the chance. Point Hedgesville. They now lead 16-11. Paige Elliott entering for the first time this evening and just continuing to dominate on the service line for Hedgesville to increase its lead. Fobu sends that deep back line. Richmond sets it for Yates.
That's out.
And just missing it out. Point Spring Mills, 16-12. Hedgesville still leads, but the serve goes over to the Cardinals.
Yeah, and right before that serve, Coach Wolf was asking the down official how many timeouts she had left, contemplating burning that last timeout. My thoughts on that, Colin. I do not like giving up all my timeouts with this much time left in this match.
Serve for Spring Mills. That one goes right underneath the arms of the diving Emma Sabora, an ace for Spring Mills. They only trail by 3, 16-13.
But Coach Wolf is glad she sat on that timeout right now.
And want to keep it as 9 points still for Hedgesville, being away from victory. 12 for Spring Mills. Served by Parsley. Yates gets it. Setting it is Richmond. Yates has to get it back. Shaw gets it over for a deep free ball. Richmond to Yates. Gets the point. 17-13 now. Skyler Yates with a big kill to get the advantage in the serve back for Hedgesville.
Yeah, they brought Yates into the middle to swing on that short set.
Paisley Miller will now serve for Hedgesville, who are 8 points away from being victorious this evening. Serve to Greenfield, setting it as Parsley. And getting the point off the block was Cora Shaw, making it 17-14. Hedgesville still leads Spring Mills, but Cora Shaw for Spring Mills will now be serving.
Very key time in the match.
Served by Shaw. Knuckles low at Van Dyne.
Perfect pass.
Richmond to Yates. Yates just tips it in, getting the point. Sneaky there by Skyler Yates. Makes it a 4-point lead for Hedgesville.
Stevens did her job. She was right there. The setter Parsley has got to get there. She's got to be in position to cover off block.
Richmond serve.
Ace.
That one just had a little bit of a knuckle to it, floating back and forth, and eventually a nice ace, making it 19-14. And we have that final timeout now called by Spring Mills. Let's take the 30-second break with them. The score at 19-14. Hedgesville leads again, a 30-second break. This is high school volleyball on Comcast TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
A reputation for caring, a legacy of service. At Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, it's been our story since 1880. A family-owned business, we support the needs and wishes of families. We offer traditional services, as well as many options for cremation, customized remembrances, and pre-planning. Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations retains its family atmosphere and stays true to its roots. Contact us for advanced planning or at your time of loss. We're here when you need us.
Welcome back inside the Cardinal Coliseum. Hedgesville leads Spring Mills 19-14. We're in set number 4. Hedgesville serving. Paige Richmond over to the Spring Mills side.
Great serve.
I thought Skyler Yates was over the net there. No call. Spring Mills trying to recover. Hedgesville's Richmond having to just send it over as Willis. Stevens gets the point for Spring Mills. 19-15. Spring Mills still trails by 4 in set number 4. They need to score 10 before Hedgesville can score 6 so that they can survive and have a set number 5. Melissa Ryder with the serve. Goes directly at Winston. She hits it over towards the bench. Yates has to send the free ball over. Kane.
Oh, come on.
To Yates. Richmond sets it up, and a point. Great play by Lexi Winston to make it 20-15. Hedgesville leads.
Yeah, Kane made a good pass. She got rewarded for the pass and then went up with 2 hands. She's got to have the confidence to go ahead and take the swing.
Skyler Yates on to serve. Going to try to put it away for Hedgesville to give them a victory tonight in the EPAC. Adofobu. Gracie Kane steps up to it.
This is tight.
Hits it. That one going to be
in the net.
Tipped over and out by Samantha Stevens, making it 21-15.
Wow, did it not look to you that, my goodness, I would have sworn that Harper was in the net there. The up official was looking up at the ball. I'd like to see that on replay. We got to get the Mogo to get us some replay, Colin.
If our other equipment works, we'd have the opportunity to. Hopefully here in the future we'll have that for you. Oh my gosh, an absolute bullet. I believe that was by Shaw. And a point for Spring Mills. Did it hit the top? I didn't exactly see what happened there.
Yeah, he's calling the setter into the net.
21-16. As we have a substitution. Samantha Stevens exits. Coming in to serve now is Isabel Bolliard for Spring Mills. Spring Mills trying to stay alive here in this match as they trail 2-1. And not helping there as the serve by Bolliard goes off the net, making it 22-16. So 3 points away is Hedgesville from victory. We have substitute coming in. Entering is Layla Shropshire for Hedgesville. On to serve for Hedgesville is Kelsey Van Dyne. That one's going to hook to the right and go out 22-17. Spring Mills and Ofobu will now serve. Ofobu serve. Going to drop in, goes and hits it. Is the one that just entered, Layla Shropshire, making the score 22-18.
Oh, and look what they did. They swung the other way. Changed the serve receive.
Ofobu serves it again for Spring Mills. That one right at Skyler Yates. Richmond sets it up for Harper. Harper hits it at Ofobu, who hits it into the stands. 23-18, Hedgesville leads. Serving now is Layla Shropshire. Just entered the game a minute ago.
Good serve.
And serves it right at Greenfield. Kane recovers it. Ofobu has to send a free ball. Hedgesville couldn't capitalize. That would have been 4 hits. 23-19.
See, that's
Spring Mills staying alive.
Picture perfect early season mistake. Hedgesville did not block the free ball that hit the tape, but yet they didn't get back in transition. They'll work that stuff out.
Liz Greenfield on to serve. This one going to the back directly at Shropshire. Richmond has to hit it. Skyler Yates just sends a free ball over.
Perfect pass. Use it.
Ryder gets the point, 23-20.
I'm actually surprised Hedgesville doesn't blow the timeout here. Why, I mean, why carry it home with you? Sure, I'd like it to be 21-23.
As Greenfield serves this one to the back. Miscommunication. Richmond gets it for Harper. And a roof making it 23-21. Still no time. Oh, looks like we might have it. We do have the timeout called by Hedgesville since it's so close and everything just with the intensity. We'll keep it here. It's 23-21. Hedgesville leads Spring Mills, who's trying to stay alive here in set number 4.
Yeah, at 2023, I don't feel that type of impending pressure or doom that I feel with 21-23. So, you know, in my mind, doing something to take the ball out of the server's hands before it gets to within the margin of victory, the 2 points, that's what I might like to do. Keep in mind, all Hedgesville has to do is stop serve, and they're at match point. A service mistake right here, match point. We'll see what happens.
As Hedgesville leads 2-1. As they were down 1-0. Spring Mills won the first one 25-18. Since then, Hedgesville has won the previous 2. Greenfield serve. The Van Dyne gets it. Richmond to Yates. Right in the middle of the defense. Gets the point. So after that timeout, Hedgesville has a match point opportunity. They lead 24-21. And a substitute will come in. Looks like that is Paige Elliott in for Elena Harper to try to seal the deal for Hedgesville. Can she do so? Some noise coming from the Hedgesville bench. Paige Elliott serve. Going right down. Ace. Game, set, match. Hedgesville wins 25-21 in set 4. They win 3-1. They go to 2-1 overall, 1-0 in the EPAC. Spring Mills loses this one. They fall now to 0-2, 0-2 in the EPAC as well. Again, the final score in that one was 25-21 in set number 4. Let's take a 2-minute break, then we'll come back and start the post-game show. Again, a 2-minute break back at the studio. This is high school volleyball on WRNR TV Comcast channel number 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
A reputation for caring, a legacy of service. At Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, it's been our story since 1880. A family-owned business, we support the needs and wishes of families. We offer traditional services, as well as many options for cremation, customized remembrances, and pre-planning. Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations retains its family atmosphere and stays true to its roots. Contact us for advanced planning, or at your time of loss. We're here when you need us.
Let's talk trash, because when it comes to trash, you have options. Panhandle Dumpsters is a local family-owned garbage hauling company serving both residential and commercial customers with weekly trash pickup, dumpster service, yard waste pickup, and bulk pickups too. Panhandle Dumpsters will give you a free trash can and provide curbside service for just $23 a month. Panhandle Dumpsters features a fleet of quieter, eco-friendly garbage trucks, thereby reducing the noise usually associated with pickup. Switch now and save up to 30%. Call 833-DUMP-STR, panhandledumpsters.com.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk. See dealer for details.
Welcome back inside of the Spring Mills High School Cardinal Coliseum. This is Colin McLaughlin. Alongside me is Jim Klein. Our cameraman is John Alderton. Back at the studio is Spencer Dupuis. High school volleyball final. Hedgesville 3, Spring Mills 1. Only took 4 sets for Hedgesville to improve to 2-1 overall, 1-0 in Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference play. Spring Mills now falls to 0-2 overall, and 0-2 in EPAC play as well. Spring Mills, though, came out strong in that first set, Jim, winning 25-18, but then in sets 2, 3, and 4, Hedgesville came away victorious. Set 2, 25-18, set 3, 25-13, and then in that fourth and final set, 25-21. And ultimately, it just came down to Hedgesville getting the momentum going, getting a rhythm going more than Spring Mills could.
Yeah, both coaches used that coach speak at the beginning of the match. They talked about things like playing our game and mental toughness and moving the offense around through different players. Ultimately, I saw what I expected. These are solid teams, a lot of firepower. They've got to work on transition, communication, and good first touches. Ultimately, the team that had better first touches, in this case, Hedgesville 3 out of 4 sets, they're the team that prevailed. In the future, this could go a completely different direction, regardless of where this match is played. These teams got to iron out some of their issues with first touch, transition offense, and much better serve receive. And what I think you're going to see is outstanding competition in the EPAC. I guarantee you I will be back.
Yeah, definitely will be back. Let's take a 2-minute break, and then we'll return with what we'll be back for later on this week. Again, a 2-minute break. The final from this one, Hedgesville victorious 3-1. 2-minute break. This is high school volleyball on WRNR TV, Comcast Channel 10, and WRNR TV on YouTube. Back in 2 minutes.
Carpal tunnel syndrome affects 13 million Americans and left untreated can cause long-term debilitation. WVU Medicine Jefferson Medical Center recently became the first hospital in the region to offer carpal tunnel release with ultrasound guidance using the new Sonex Health SX1 microknife. CTR surgery is an outpatient procedure and most patients return to normal activities within 3 to 6 days. For more info, contact WVU Medicine Board Certified Orthopedic Surgeon Brad Wright at 304-725-2663.
The Mid-Atlantic Group has been serving the area's insurance needs for 40 years. We are an independent insurance agency, therefore we can offer insurance from many insurance companies. Find the right coverage at the right price with Easy Payment Plan. Located at 201 West Martin Street in Martinsburg, the Mid-Atlantic Group is easily accessible from Morgan, Jefferson, and Berkeley County. To set up an appointment with a local insurance professional, give them a call today at 304-267-8989. That's the Mid-Atlantic Group at 201 West Martin Street in Martinsburg. Let them help insure you today.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Hi, I'm Annette McDonald, and I am the designer at Orsini's in Martinsburg, West Virginia. We welcome you into our store to show you a complete line of what we do here. We design your cabinetry, quartz countertops, granite countertops, hardware, anything for the full remodel of your kitchen and your home needs. We also do bathrooms, and we have flooring available too. We make sure that your project with Orsini's is the best in the market. Welcome to Orsini's.
Orsini's.com. Of Spring Mills High School, Colin McLaughlin here alongside me is Jim Klein. Cameraman is John Alderton. Back at the studio is Spencer Dupuis. Final from this one, Hedgesville victorious over Spring Mills 3-1. Hedgesville now improves to 2-1 overall, 1-0 in EPAC play. Spring Mills falls to 0-2 overall, 0-2 in EPAC play as well. The next matchups for Hedgesville, they have a 4-group tournament. Involved in it is East Hardy, Jefferson, and South Hagerstown on Thursday. As for Spring Mills, their next match is also on Thursday, and that one is against Washington. Other EPAC matches we'll talk about tomorrow on the Sports Mix on Talk Radio WRNR TV 10, as well as our Facebook page. Martinsburg took on Jefferson tonight. Musselman took on Washington. I'll have the finals for those tomorrow. Don't forget, tune into the Sports Mix so that you can hear all about it. Jim, final thoughts before we wrap this up tonight.
Both teams have work to do. It's very early in the season. Both of these teams can compete at a very high level, and I expect, regardless of where their records finish on any given day, these two EPAC teams can take down anyone.
Yeah, can't wait for the matchup between these two again, because it was great tonight as we look again. As I said earlier in the post-game show, Spring Mills won the first set 25-18. And then Hedgesville won sets 2, 3, and 4, 25-18, 25-13, and 25-21. Nothing to hang your head on for Spring Mills. Hedgesville definitely happy to win on the road and start its EPAC play 1-0, but definitely a bounce-back opportunity for Spring Mills as they face another EPAC opponent in Washington later this week. On Thursday, we'll have Berkeley Springs at Martinsburg Volleyball for you. Pregame at 5:45. JV starts at 6, and Varsity will start 20 minutes after that. It should be a fun matchup as those two teams have not faced each other since 2008, Jim.
Yeah, man. I can't wait. I'll be there.
And then on Friday, September 10th, we have football for you. Sharando at Martinsburg with a 6 p.m. pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff. On Saturday, we have Shepherd at Gannon for football on TV 10, 11:30 in the morning pregame with a noon kickoff. That's going to wrap things up from the Cardinal Coliseum. We'd like to thank both athletic directors from both schools, Mark Salfia and Aaron Whitford, as well as Hedgesville's head coach, Joy Van Dyne, and both coaches for Spring Mills, and Haley Wolf and Taylor Combs, for helping us out, getting some notes about the teams for the interviews as well as the rosters and everything else, and letting us be able to broadcast this season here and at their respected school in Hedgesville as well. For Spencer Dupuis, John Alderton, and Jim Klein, I'm Colin McLaughlin. Again, to the final from Cardinal Coliseum in Spring Mills, Hedgesville 3, Spring Mills 1. Until Thursday night, have a good night, everybody. That concludes our coverage of West Virginia high school volleyball featuring the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference. Tonight's coverage was brought to you by WVU Medicine East, Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Center, Hagerstown Ford, Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, Parsons Ford, Panhandle Dumpsters, and Smallwood and Small Insurance. Keep it tuned to TV 10 for all your local high school sports coverage from around the Eastern Panhandle. All rights reserved.